This is Kirk Thornton, and you're listening to Three Black Geeks. This is good stuff. Don't turn it off.
Perfect.
The second episode of 3BG when we started out was on Podomatic, and for the 5 people that listened to the said episode, yes, we were on Podomatic. The 5 people that listened to the episode of High Risk, I went through the motions in the episode because I watched High Risk in the background and I didn't really pay attention to it, and I'm pretty sure y'all noticed that.
There's a lot of early episodes of 3BG where clearly, mostly you, Chris, didn't do the homework. But we have a couple episodes where Eris, when I say phoned it in, it will piss me off with Eris. It's like, nigga, you said yes to the episode. I know, dude.
Also, those days were archaic because we really were going back to back like fucking animals. We really were, man. That was some hustling ass shit we were doing, man.
And people will see the different ones. You can see the different ones when it comes to podcasts. There were so many different places to upload them at, and everybody was trying to claim that they were the best place to podcast. That wasn't Apple, because Apple was still doing this really weird exclusive thing where you couldn't put your stuff on Apple.
You have a certain amount of episodes built up.
Something like that. It was something like that. And but yeah, it was a weird time. And I find it funny that we actually met. Outside of our boys, are known now as Cinema Sins, but back in the day they were Villains Never Sleep. Outside of them, God, I don't think we met John through Podomatic, did we?
Yeah,
that was all. No, that was through Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter.
Yeah. You know, back when that meant something.
But anyways.
You had it's one of those early Twitter. You had to be there things, but I just said it. Yes,
I said multiple times that Sue, when I met him in high school, was like the fucking.
He was that kid.
He was the martial arts plug for me.
No, and and to keep it really more, what it was in the 90s. Oh, he didn't want to watch all the Asian stuff. That's what they called it. The Asian stuff.
Which
the Asian stuff, and you can roll your eyes, Eris. You the nigga, you the one that got a sword, so I don't want to.
Look, if you're a weeb, you own a boken, a Kindle stick, a sword.
I was telling Angie's.
Or you watch Ghost Dog, one of those 4. So you know.
See, my wife said, I was everything but that.
Okay, Eris.
I didn't gravitate to Ghost Dog like the rest of y'all did.
Really? I'm shocked.
Don't say y'all. That was Chris.
I watched Ghost Dog I watched Ghost Dog one time and said, it was all right.
I think with but you see, it's kind of funny. All of it
left my memory after that.
But Eris, it's kind of funny that all of it kind of clashes in together. Yeah. And anime of the 90s, Hong Kong films, especially when Dimensions Entertainment started distributing them out of the 90s. That combined with all the older, I would say, mid-Gen X to early millennials who were raised up on old kung fu flicks, all of that was kind of the same culture. And it's kind of funny to me, anime won. but of all things, the anime won. That was us. That was millennials. We were the main ones that did anime. But it matters. When I was talking about, when we was off air, we was talking about gateways into this. And a lot of people had different gateways into it. And I hate the fact that High Risk is a part of that for one main reason, because that falls into the jamming of hip hop music into a movie with people kicking each other in the face.
if you were somebody that
you had to be there. You had to be there.
Yeah,
folks.
you had to. Listen, I'll be the one, and I'll admit it. Back then, okay, it's mid '90s into the early 2000s. Back then, if you came up with like on this stuff, you ate this shit up. You loved every minute of it, especially if this was like your first foray into the Far East cinema scene, and you needed
from the East month,
and you needed that bridge. So the bridge was always Hong Kong action films, hip hop music. There you go, peanut butter meat jelly, that sort of thing.
Blame RZA. Blame RZA.
Yeah,
blame RZA.
I guess, but
RZA and Quentin.
But here's the thing. You looked at it until you met one Gen Xer, who just happened to have the original versions of those movies. And they say, nah, you got to watch this one. Like this one's got more action, no hip hop music. It's good. You'll like it.
I think the funniest joke ever.
Trust me, everybody's got that one uncle.
I think the funniest joke ever was in Luke Cage when he's like in jail and he has the old man helping him fight. And he was like, "What's your favorite martial arts flick?" And he's like, "Yeah, Fist of Legend, the Jet Li one." You think that's better than the Bruce Lee one? He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna need somebody else to train me because you." And I say this to somebody. I love Jet Li's Fist of Legend, by the way. I fucking love that movie. But it's just that scene alone was fucking hilarious and really showed the generation gap a little bit.
That is a generation
because
gap.
There's been quite a few people, and my wife's uncle hates me for this because I make fun of his generation perfectly because I know who exactly those late stage Gen X's are. I know everything about y'all. Bunch of dudes named Jermaine. There's quite a few Terrences. Uncle Derek, Uncle Daryl, Uncle. One of y'all niggas' name is Douglas. A bunch of y'all named Rob. But all
third
of y'all,
uncle named Sam.
It's like there's a couple of y'all Sams, a couple of y'all Earls. But anyway, but that being said, all of y'all come from that same era where we get this every now and then from y'all. Man, y'all talk a lot. You know, man, y'all, I just heard about that. Yeah, Out of the Fire. That's a cool. You know what? Real cool though. It would be real cool. Y'all do Poison Stingers. Poison Stingers. What's that? Oh man, it's this old Hong Kong Fu movie that came out in 1970. Look, dog, that ain't about to happen.
The closest you're gonna get, from us is gonna be like Snake and the Eagle Shadows because that's fucking Jackie Chan and shit.
Or Bravo White Hair. Bravo White Hair.
Yeah. True.
Now, both of y'all, can y'all agree that the Shaolin Monk movies are like the Tupac mixtapes that came out after Tupac died? Where it's like, I don't think this is really Tupac.
Oh, you mean Machiavelli? You mean Machiavelli Volume 1 through 12?
Yes, that's what because all the people are like, oh, this is a Shaolin Monks movie. I look like I don't think this is a Shaolin Monks movie, bro. I think you're just
You bringing up the Machiavelli albums just further pisses me off on how egregious that was about how they were. It's like the nigga is dead. He's done. The future is now. Why are we still doing this?
There's a reason why.
Lost recorded tapes and threw them on mixtapes.
Somebody told me that it was so funny. It was so funny. Somebody was like, "Man, I don't like these young kids. I don't like how these young niggas rap, man." And some of the young kids said, "I ain't gonna take advice from some niggas that thought Tupac was alive in 2005." I fell to the ground.
In other words, the DJ Vlad niggas. Because remember when they brought
you will not speak that fucking white gentrifier's name on this podcast, sir.
I will speak the feds because he will
the feds.
He will never live down those allegations, sir. When he asked the question about Jay-Z and Nas and said, "Was Tupac alive when Jay-Z and Nas was beefing?" I was like, everybody unsubscribe from that shit right now.
The only silver lining is that The only silver
Don't
lining.
even subscribe off of the Soldier Boy story. Unsubscribe. Do not recommend this channel ever again.
The only silver lining to Vlad is that the killer of Tupac and Biggie got caught. That's the only silver lining to that shit.
He snitched on himself. So what?
That's
not even
the
silver
only
lining.
silver lining to that.
No, I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. At this point, by the time that story came out of him snitching on himself, his mom was already long gone. And
True.
I'll be honest with you, anybody who even cared about the Biggie
Faith Evans
Tupac
might
murder
care.
case did not care anymore.
Faith Evans might care.
Who?
Faith Evans might care.
Faith don't care. I feel like the CIA came to her house already. Like, we know who killed your husband.
Here's the dossier.
gave her a fucking manila folder.
It was like this. If Faith was over there like, but wait a minute, can I just go to the press?
Nah.
I don't think that's a good idea. How will I know to contact you? If you hear somebody, you don't. Just know, if you heard the words lolly lule low, you know who we are. Faith, look, Eris, Faith done kind of forgot like 15 years. She doing a press tour for, I don't know, something, just putting her book out there or something. Something like that. It's like 2015. And she talking about Biggie a little bit too much. All of a sudden she get a text. It says from the Lolly Lule Low. And she just, oh my God, I haven't seen that name in years. We're listening.
But anyway, speaking of rap, that's a good quote.
Faith walking down the streets looking around for like beebs.
That's a good transition back to this though. But like High Risk, this is mid-90s. This is during that period of time.
Let's throw these images up real quick. Go ahead, Chris.
This is during the period of time where
why? Is that off of Unleashed?
Yeah. They photoshopped a gun into his hand.
No, wait, no. I'll come back to that in a second.
But anyways, but this is during that period of time where martial arts in America, when you got past like the Shaolin era of stuff that be on channel 66 on your regular TV and shit, and we got into like that Hong Kong cinema, like the hard boiled and stuff, right? Quentin Tarantino pretty much was the one that kind of ushered in like bringing these movies here to America, and the dubs weren't that great, but hey, we got to see Jet Li and Donnie Yen and all that stuff, Iron Monkey and all that stuff. And
you said Tarantino, I think
because Quentin Tarantino presents.
Tarantino always had his name on these movies, and even though he had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, the real person that actually brought him over here is somebody you don't want to talk about.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
Somebody that we all know that has a hand and a finger.
Well, no. So those were mostly the Jackie Chan movies.
Yes,
those were mostly Jackie Chan.
Jet Li got his stuff distributed by Dimension Films.
Yeah, which was owned by who?
Yes.
Yes.
HW.
Yeah, that's right. George Bush.
But anyways,
good old Harv Dub.
Let me tell you, man. Let me tell you something.
The diddler, if you will.
Like, guys, I don't understand this. I understand why we don't want to talk about him and bring him up. Yes, we shouldn't, and we kind of shouldn't.
I mean, Jabba the Hutt. Is that what you mean?
But here's the thing, though. But here's the sick part. Because I'm a student of history. There's a big portion of what makes me and make up a lot of nerds that come up from my era was due to Mr. Weinstein doing that. And he not only did that with Asian cinema, he did it to black cinema too, and he did it for teenagers too. I know it sounds fucked up. Harvey Weinstein was a super producer for a fucking reason. Yes, he was. Now, was he fingering an underage Gwyneth Paltrow? You damn right he was. But
he tried his hand at he tried his hand, no pun intended, at Anita Mule, and Jackie Chan said no.
So Jackie, I really ain't got a joke though. I thought I had a joke. I thought I had one.
That was Chan. That was Chan on. That
with
was
the Koofy.
That was Chan
With the Koofy.
on fucking Harvey Weinstein. Harvey, no.
Then the hand slid down to the knee. Jackie.
I don't know, man. It's
but nah. When these movies came over here, there was a heavy emphasis on hip hop tracks getting added to it to really jazz it up. To jazz it up. I remember Black Mass was the egregious with the shit. By the way, that's what this movie.
You know what?
High Risk reminded me of Black Mass with the soundtrack and the music. I'm like, this is the most egregious ass shit.
Understand something. Wait, Chris, understand something. Black Mask and High Risk and
Iron Monkey,
all those movies. Remember, those movies got dumped on us in the year 2000, all at once, all in one year.
Yeah.
You know what? Here's the thing. I don't know who were the idiots at that time that subscribed to the localization of it. I don't get it because you can look at it and just hear the shitty music just play the whole time, like the hip hop. You see people doing kung fu and all that. Who the hell?
Early 2000s. We didn't want to pay that jam.
So I have to be honest with you. D snorted it up right in his nose.
Got my ass.
Because it got me. Like, and look, guys, that just warmed my heart. That actually just warmed my heart to all through. Like,
it would be the most off-beated songs that be playing.
Dude, we all turned into Dana Carvey and Wayne's World with the fucking selling out and all that shit immediately.
Boy, look, here's
Tripped and Reebok.
Look, I say this. There's a bunch of kids who are in high school and college right now. When they get our age and they have like a little show or whatever, man, you remember that shit that Megan used to do? Oh man, that shit was corny. She used to come out there and cosplay and do all that. Man, that shit was whack. And they got beat off to that shit. Nigga, I did too. It's like so we like that was one of the things where we thought it was cool. But looking back, it's super corny. It was super whack.
It's extremely corny.
I mean, but you got to think about it. There was a white person at Dimensions that was like,
"Thank you." It was a white person. It wasn't no black person.
Put hip hop in it. Like maybe RZA was in the room to kind of inform.
No, it wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No,
look, it was a white dude that worked at Raucous Work. It was a white dude that worked at Raucous Records that showed up.
Oh, let me rephrase that. Let me rephrase that. Marcus from the mailroom occasionally came up and was like, "Hey, what are you guys doing?" And that's about it. That's the closest you're gonna get to a black person.
Hey, Marcus, you listen to hip hop.
Understand something, gentlemen. These movies got released to us in the year 2000.
Mm-hmm.
These mid to early 90s ass movies,
and it oozed mid-90s on us. It oozed mid-90s,
and they were dumped on us in the year 2000. And we had a good run of this shit from 2000 all the way. I want to say up to like maybe 2009. That's when you started to see the drop off.
Yeah,
it felt like by the time 2009 hit, it's like finally you hit the finish line and caught up with the rest of the world on movies coming out. Like,
but
not quite. I want to say around that. No, there was like a good 2 to 3 year period where they tried to say, "All right, now we're gonna take it seriously. We're gonna give you." The English dub, whatever version, and then the second disc will be the fully uncut original version from Dragon Dynasty.
What I'm saying is like in 2009, like you think about like at that point, we were finally kind of starting to get the recent martial arts stuff past like Bak and all that stuff at that point.
I agree. But the late 2000s was also when all the Lucky Star movies of Jackie Chan were getting remade, redubbed, and
you said Dragon Dynasty. You said it best. Dragon Dynasty.
Dragon Dynasty. He was right. Yeah, we didn't get that until the late 2000s. So Eris is actually kind of right with that.
Yeah.
But by the time it came, it only worked for like fans, like super fans who watched this shit from the early 2000s. Yeah. Because I'm gonna keep it real with you, Dragon Dynasty really didn't catch on like that with the general public.
It should have, in theory.
Here's another thing, and here's a weirder thing. Eris, the thing that you have been into lately, I haven't seen no girl. I would call 80s, late 80s, early 90s Hong Kong cop
Yeah, the girls
murder
with guns.
dramas.
Yeah,
Girl with
girls with
guns.
guns.
That whole little genre right there, what I like to call triad movies.
Yeah.
Clearly funded by the
So,
triad.
so you want me to
Those movies? Look, hold on, but those movies really didn't become available. Really got an uptick when YouTube started letting them up on YouTube. Remember, they used to be a bunch of them on YouTube. Some are still. Remember, Eric, yes, you told me this. So a lot of them got taken off, but they're still like remnants of people uploading these things like the late 2000s, like 2011 and stuff.
So okay, so there was three avenues when that line of movies were coming out. The original VHS.
Yeah.
When them shits came out on VHS, actually 4. At the time of their release, it was the VHS Laserdisc.
Yeah, Laserdisc.
A lot of those movies were released on Laserdisc. Both of these you cannot find, so forget it. Then they got then of course thanks to the internet.
And if you do get your hands on them, you're actually Chinese, and your family got that somehow. That's the only way.
Then the third avenue, of course, was YouTube. Like in the early stages of YouTube, some of them survived and managed to stay on. You know, they managed to dodge that hammer of dawn of getting deleted, and then finally, it was up there with Ricky O. And then finally, finally you got the other archiving sites like archive.org or Daily Motion that will still have the original out of print versions.
But my thing, my thing is, but when Sue showed us like High Risk, though, that was when it was like, yo, this oozes like mid 90s, just like.
Well,
go ahead, Eris. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I would like to. Well, hold on. Before because you are
bring that beautiful beam footage up, sir. Right.
Oh man!
I'll just say which
different
one,
countries.
This one or this one.
Let me tell y'all something. Let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story for me. Right. I was deployed. Right. Abu Dhabi, Dubai, in that area. Right. Obviously, they were selling bootleg movies. It would be like the 10-pack movies and stuff, right? When I see these covers, it reminds me of that because I still to this day have the 10-movie double feature of like Rock and Vin Diesel movies where it's like 5 of Vin Diesel movies and 5 of the Rock movies, and it's clearly Photoshop of their characters from certain films, and they like juxtapose it to make it seem as though it's like some action-pack double thing, and that's what these covers remind me of. It's like
so let me point out to you the cover that you're seeing, like for anyone who's actually watching this, the cover that you see on the top left-hand side, that is the most recent cover.
Is that like a reissue?
It was a reissue.
Did it come out here in the States, or that's just Hong Kong?
A lot of these are actually released overseas. Like you got to get them through like Terracotta or Arrow or
Cleopatra,
Shamrock, Eureka, Cleopatra. Like those other websites that sell these re-release movies with these limited edition slipcases. So that, like I said, that one on the top left is the most recent version that's been released. These other 3 that you see, the one on the bottom left, that's the one that we got in the United States.
Wow.
A shirtless Jet Li. A Jet Li that you will never see because he's never done a movie like that. When have you ever seen Jet Li this ripped?
I mean, look. Jet Li at his best
was never this big.
Oh no, he was never this big, but I'm saying ripped. I mean, would you say Fist of Legend, maybe?
Not even Fist of Legend.
I'm trying to think. What movie?
Dude, he was lean. Dude, that was also 94. He was lean as hell.
I'm trying to think. When has Jet Li been at his most ripped? I ain't saying he ought to be giant, but like ripped.
He's never really been like that.
I thought he has been at least close to it.
No, he's always been like lean, small guy. Even if you watch his earlier movies, like was it like Shaolin Temple? That was like the one that put him on the map. He was a little guy. He was fast as hell and strong as shit, but he was never like busting out ripped. You know what I'm saying?
No, yeah, I know. Jackie Chan probably never.
Now Jackie, on the other hand, looked like that, but that's never been the case.
Yeah.
And when we look at this one, this is like the greatest level of
High Risk. See the one
bootleg.
The one that he's over in the top right. I actually like that
Total
cover.
Risk.
Yeah, I like that cover.
So that is the actual cover.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense for the character. It does. But the bottom right, it's like, what, Romeo must fucking die, really?
Bro, first of all, the bottom right, this is like my
was
favorite.
That the one? Was
Dude,
that the
this
one?
is no. This is my favorite type of bootleg. Number one, you took the Romeo Must Die image, mixed right behind him the image of him from the movie High Risk. You got an image of Jet Li from two different timelines. This picture has him from 2000, and the one behind him is from 1995.
I want folks to understand. I worked in a mom and pop video store. That is staple of the type of DVD covers that we would be getting when we were selling those martial art flicks. Like, yeah, like the movie that I keep telling you about with Sammo Hung, that was the sequel to fucking Killzone. And it's the cover.
Yeah, Killzone 2.
Yeah, the cover is so jank because I was like, why the fuck would you call this Killzone 2? This looks like a complete, and it's so egregious too.
Especially when you look, especially if you've seen Killzone and you know how it ends. Yeah. There is no sequel.
But it felt like they were trying to sell this new movie as a sequel to kind of sell the movie itself, which in and of itself is weird because it's like the movie was actually pretty good. So why did you call it Killzone 2?
Right. I mean, you had SPL and SPL 2.
Now they did, funny enough, they did make a sequel, I believe, to Killzone with what's his face? Bach. Shit. Darius dropped out. Okay. They did make a sequel to it, I think, with old boy from Bach.
Tony Jaa.
Yeah, Tony Jaa and the other guys. Actually really good. That was the actual official sequel to Killzone. Right. So it's just weird how that gets juxtaposed. But I remember when you told us way back about this movie and how, and this is before I looked at the wiki at the time. You said it's basically Die Hard with speed, and I was like, that's a weird combination.
So it wasn't just that. See, I wanted to tell y'all this story. It's a very interesting story.
Okay.
I don't know where D is, but anyway.
Yeah.
So around the early 90s, not even the early 90s, I take that back. Throughout the 80s and 90s, and probably even beyond, like even before that, the Hong Kong action cinema scene was primarily ran by the Triads.
Yeah, that tracks. I mean, they ran wrestling.
Like, you want to say about every out of all the movies that get produced in a single year, which, by the way, something you also had to learn was movies like this, especially early, like prior to High Risk.
Mm-hmm.
These movies were shot, edited, and released in less than 3 weeks.
God damn, that's some Tyler Perry shit.
Yeah, that's Tyler Perry movies, right?
Like,
there. And like a lot of those movies were.
Like a lot of the movies that I introduced you guys to, like all the Moon Lee stuff, most of those movies were shot in less than a month.
Jesus.
Because you want to know how to get around it? They do the most cutting shit ever. They will take music from other movies and get away with it.
Mm-hmm.
They'll take just by borrowing music from other movies. That's how they get around it. They'll do like my favorite bit, the Godfrey Ho bit, which is they will literally cut out action set pieces from other movies that came out years ago and throw them in this movie. Another thing that they'll do is they will reuse the same set pieces as well. Like good example, the same dilapidated old, old abandoned house on the hill.
Mm-hmm.
They will use that location in 6 to 8 movies. And unless you're really paying attention, you would never know.
It sounds about right there with it.
And they did that a lot, especially during that, like you said, that whole little section of the girls with guns era. Yeah. They did that a whole lot. And it
was like every other 2 movies they were ran by. That was like a triad finance movie.
It's kind of funny, and I think it's just because America's weird beef with China. Like will sit and praise, like, man, India has so many movie houses. Bollywood is this. Like, you need to talk about the monster that is the Chinese movie industry. Like,
we're talking
they're just
British-owned Hong Kong.
During that time was insane.
Guys,
and they were doing things that they were cutting costs, and they were cutting costs with some of these movies and putting them out at a high rate, bro.
Dude, Wong Jing's filmography alone as a director is ridiculous.
I saw that thing too. Like, wow.
I was going to mention that, by the way, about Wong Jing. So another thing about let's go. So this movie, High Risk, came out in 1995.
I thought it was 94.
95.
Oh wow, I don't know. I got the years mixed
up. It was officially released in 95.
Okay.
Let's rewind the clock back like a good 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
It's 93, and a little movie that Wong Jing made was called City Hunter with Jackie Chan. A movie that Jackie Chan to this day will tell you with a full chest he hates that movie and he does not acknowledge that movie's existence.
He still hates his son more, but you know, it's all
he does. He does.
He hates his wife too, but we won't go there. He also hates freedom. He also hates freedom for Hong Kong people.
He also hates Hong Kong.
Jackie Chan is very problematic, much like a nigga. So you know, hey.
I think don't say much like a nigga. Much like your uncle who said, I voted for Trump so he can get rid of Obamacare, but I want him to keep the Affordable Health Care Act.
See, for me, it's the thing of me and D looking at each other like, man, Chan problematic, but he could throw the shit out of a fucking chair, can he? It's like, yeah, he can. You see that movie with John Cena and him? Crazy. Love it.
Thing is, nobody will ever like people in Hong Kong will be like, yo, fuck them. But
I know, right?
But like everybody outside of Hong Kong, oh, y'all still love him.
Yeah,
much like we see him come over here, he's always smiling, he's always happy, and you were like, oh, you know, like he's a national treasure for us.
Look at him. He's everybody's grandpa now.
Soon as he steps foot in China, a tomato just gets
Hey, Jackie Chan, one more thing.
He steps foot in China, a tomato just pow.
Look at him parkour. Look at him parkour. So anyway.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
so all right, so anyway.
No,
Wong Jing makes this move. What?
I'm sorry.
So Wong Jing made that movie, City Hunter, one of the biggest box office bombs in his entire career. And him and Jackie Chan had a huge falling out over it. And because number one, Jackie Chan got hurt several times making that movie, by the way.
Yeah, I think Edward Norton. Old boy in that movie that was Ken.
Yeah, I know you're talking about the guy that played.
He was talking about how like there was like a shit ton of injuries on that movie, including himself.
Yeah, there was
Richard Norton. Yeah, he talked about that, and I was like, God damn, like that sound like a trouble production.
And so we fast forward a couple of years. Like these two never, you know, like I said, they had a huge falling out. And something I read out of here out of Far Out magazine says about Wong Jing, his methods can't be faulted in terms of ticket sales alone, regardless of how derivative much of his work tended to be. Beyond God of Gamblers being ran into the ground, 1995's High Risk was basically Die Hard with Bruce Willis being swapped out for Jet Li, and the caveat that Wong used the entire movie as a means to fire shots at Jackie Chan after their negative experience working together on City Hunter. Never mind the success of his breakthrough feature film, turning him into the leading light of gambling-centric action cinema. A niche accolade, sure, but one he effortlessly mastered. Again, I want to say like his movies is like you can say like every 3 of his movies, one of them is actually good.
I mean, it's like if you really look at his like filmography, again, it's a high clip, like a huge high clip, because like it isn't until you get to the 90s that some of the stuff you've probably seen before. Obviously, we're talking about High Risk and stuff, but then like you get to like things like, what was it? Actually, no, I would probably say 2000s actually for me, because I think he did a couple of, what was it? Naked Weapon, seen that. What was
The
it?
thing for me is like I can recognize titles, but I can't say yes to any
2010. Me and Eris seen this. Future X Cops.
I seen that actually.
Yeah, he did Future X Cops. Mr. and Mrs. Gambler, seen that. Naked Ambition 2, seen that.
Like,
Young and Dangerous Reloaded. That's the other one.
See, he's in my opinion what you call successful. He's just a successful director. He's made hits. He's probably not like super regarded as like the best, but he's fine.
He did Enter the Fat Dragon with Donnie Yen.
So
another man. Apparently, the heirs had to break my heart, telling me is a scumbag. That's just wonderful.
Yeah. So
what's the scum? what's the scumbag level with him?
Oh, Chris. By the way, so this is the level. So you know how everybody in Hong Kong hates Jackie Chan for being a part of the CCP.
Mm-hmm.
He took Donnie Yen with him.
Man, him and Donnie Yen had their own January 6th, huh?
No, it was more Donnie Yen and him were like this.
Well, you mean they were more like this? No, Eris, they were more like this.
Pull up in that gas, 240 on the dash. Smart nigga, I can make a treasure out of trash. Sunny these niggas, they respect me like a dad. This is not a gangster, yeah, 40, I'm a dad.
Oh, we're bringing that back to BlurCon. You best believe we're going to do that shit.
This is not. No, thank you, man. He said not Donnie. Yes, Donnie too.
Finding out that Donnie Yen is a MAGA supporter is so wild to me.
Well, no.
First off, that's an ironic thing right there. It's like, they don't like you, right, Donnie? You know the white.
No. I'm talking. Chinese. I'm talking in the sense of, I'm talking about, Xi Jinping is like, yeah, that's right. Keep sucking his dick. That's what I'm talking about. I didn't have that on my bingo list, nigga.
I got his quote right here, Chris. In terms of in 2023, this was just last year. In 2023, Yen was appointed to the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference as a representative of the literature and arts sector, replacing outgoing fellow action star Jackie Chan.
Linda McMahon is the head of the Department of Education. What are we doing here, guys?
He stated that he was a Chinese patriot and requested that his film roles in Hollywood must positively represent the Chinese.
Everyone, boo this nigga!
He said, and I quote, Yen said the 2019 to 2020 Hong Kong protest that, again, air quotes, it wasn't a protest. It was a riot.
Oh, Stargate has a valid point.
Shout out to my boy Stargate.
Oh, the Ip Man 4 shit? Oh, he's 100% right. That is, man.
Thank you, Stargate, for pointing that out. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, RIP to Masang's Twitch channel. Because that's where me and Stargate used to talk in that channel.
Bro.
But no.
The Ip Man 4 shit, I remember that. Man. Because I was like,
did people walk out of that movie, Stargate?
Here's the thing. Here's the sick part. We're American. We can't talk all shit. Okay, that's not our country. That's not our tribe. Real talk. That's not none of our business.
Yeah.
But where we're standing at, looking over the seas, we like, oh, this ain't a good look, bro. You know how everybody likes to say, oh man, how's this going to make us look to the rest of the world? You have to be knowledgeable of that. Like, that's why, as much as it pisses me, that's why I'm looking at British people funny, where it's like, oh, you voted for Trump again? Nigga, y'all still going to do Brexit. Shut up.
Y'all voted for fucking great value fucking Gary Busey and Boris.
Exactly.
Like, what the fuck you talking about, bro?
It's like, yo, I don't
that
want to
was-
hear that, man. The Brazilians over there, like, y'all voted for Trump. Y'all did like 8 times in a row. Don't do that.
Difference is,
wait.
guys. Difference is, guys. At least they arrested that guy after
Oh,
he.
no.
Hang on.
He tried to do the January 6th down there, and they stopped that shit.
No. Listen. So, thank you once again, Stargate, for pointing it out. Donnie Yen, you had not 1 but 2 to 3 times where you got where you pissed off Hong Kong over something else. Then you put out the movie Kung Fu Jungle as a love letter to classic
It's like, yeah, we love you.
Yeah,
Yay.
it's like, yay, we love you again. And then you made Ip Man 4, and you had that Pro 1 China line.
Boy, you can't.
It's like, what?
That is a thick one.
Like, y'all know the clip. Hold on, y'all know that. Like, you guys know that clip, the famous Simpson clip where Sideshow Bob kept stepping on the freaking rake. This was Donnie Yen's version.
And like I said, it's not our business. But from where we standing at, hey, Donald, are you sure?
Oh, he did this shit too.
Yeah, that's what I said. I mentioned that he called the protest a riot.
Fuck out of here.
That was right before the movie came out. Right before
look,
came out. He said that.
Hey, Harris, on some real shit. It's like this. That was a riot. Nigga, I'm a black person. I know the difference between riot and the police force coming in there with the ultimate warrior shoulder, ocho, yeah. I know the difference, okay? Fuck out of here with that, Donnie. Fuck out of here with that, bro. Well, he said, I love to hear that. Ip Man is dead. Wow.
Man, yep. Oh, I remember after Ip Man 4. Look, I liked Ip Man 4, but like reading.
I did it. I'll be real. I did it.
I enjoyed it, but here's the funny part. I remember going on Reddit and just reading. Everybody was like, "Yo, fuck this movie," and I was like, "God damn!" Like, oh, you know what? Fair.
Listen, they let the chopper fly.
Here's the thing
on Donnie.
Okay, Eris, do you remember that movie that came out years ago where it had Andy Lau, Jackie Chan was in it? It was basically how they kicked the Japanese out of China or something like that. They were all wearing white, and they was like bucking each other. They were like shooting each other in the streets and shit.
Yeah.
And Andy Lau died with his song playing in the background. But you look at those movies and when you study them for 2 seconds, it's like, oh, well, we Americans like, wow, this is really patriotic. This is how their country is formed. If you're in China, it's like, wow, this is propaganda.
That's what you're gonna tell me. Andy Lau's in the cut somewhere.
Andy Lau, look.
Saying fuck Jackie Chan and
surprise me. It wouldn't surprise me if Andy Lau was with them on that. Because it sounds like it wouldn't surprise me, man. But again, I don't know the inner workings of Chinese politics like that.
Yeah.
So I want to preface this before we get back to the movie. Let me run with this real quick. So at High Risk, Jet Li plays a stuntman and bodyguard for a Hong Kong action hero that's supposed to parody Jackie Chan. The Chan parody, played by Jackie Chung, which, by the way, Jackie Chung, I want to say real quick, the range on this guy is something else. If you've never seen Jackie Chung outside of this movie, watch his other stuff. Watch his early 90s, like late 80s stuff. Dude is like, he's amazing in in the movies that he does. Great actor. Now, Jackie Chung was portrayed as a drunk, a womanizer, a coward, and someone who was far past his prime. In a resurfaced 1996 interview, although Chan took offense to the portrayal, he chose not to lash out at Jing. He took solace in knowing that the film later bombed in the theaters.
That's petty. Petty.
Oh, but hang on.
No, that's how you look. I don't blame Jackie.
Hold on. Quoted by Jackie Chan, Wong Jing always wanted to make quick money. Everything quick. Of course, I'm not happy, but what can I do? I can't say, stop, don't do it. Nah, let him do it. Let it be. People will know what happened. And later I found out that I was right. Nobody saw this movie. So,
hey, he can be petty to me.
he's
Jackie
being
can be
very
petty to
petty.
me on this.
He's being very petty. He also said that, and apparently Jackie also disclosed that he believed that both Jet Li and Jackie Chung were embarrassed to be, for being a part of this movie.
I love to know that. I love to know that conversation on Forbidden Kingdom between Jackie and Jet Li about this movie. Like
they ain't talking about this. They probably ain't even talking about it.
You sure?
Now he said. Now hold on. He also went on to say that He said, listen. I'm happy. A lot of people would ask Jet Li and Jackie Chung, why are you doing this? Like, why did you do that movie? I think that they were very embarrassed about it. Even now, they look at me like this, like just head down, kind of sad, in shame and shit. And he says, before they would look at me like, yeah, like we did it. But now they look at me in shame anytime that movie ever gets brought up.
Like I feel honestly, Jet Li and Jackie Chan were like this on Forbidden Kingdom talking about the movie. Like,
yeah.
I just feel that was the conversation. Just saying, like I just
because much like Jordan, I'm starting to realize what type of monster Jordan was, and I see that with Jackie Chan.
Yes,
that definitely happened. Whew, that's a funny one.
Now, hold on. And this is something that I had said, and Stargate brings it up again. Jet Li is smart enough to keep his head down, though, and not make stupid public statements.
Because Jet Li, to me, honestly, like I feel like, because even when Jet Li was in America and he was doing press junkets, Jet Li never struck me as the type that was really like a talkative, I want to talk to the media type.
No, he wasn't. He's never been that way. Even in China, he's never been that way.
I mean, he is a hardcore practicing Taoist. Okay, first of all, the man he's had three citizenships. He was Chinese born until 1997, and then from 97 to 2009, he was American, and as of 2009, he is Singaporean.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, and that's a good thing because that's somebody that knows their limits and stuff. That's why it made it funny on the Romeo Must Die press junket. Jet Li is just sitting there like, I'm just happy to be here, and everybody else is doing all the talking. It's like, all right, cool. That's why he
what about you, Jet Li? Hi. Okay, USA.
I forgot about
there was.
Are you sitting?
I forgot about that. Thank you, Stargate. Holy shit.
Three Black Geeks will be right back.
Pull up in that yag, 240 on the dash. Smart nigga, I can make a treasure out of trash. Sunny these niggas, they respect me like a dad.
Oh God! That picture, looking down at that. Wow. Okay, so that was a very real thing that happened. And Jackie Chan looked like the biggest asshole to the to at least to the Hong Kong people. Like, wow. Jackie Chan, like I said, he is on the level of a MAGA supporter. Imagine, if you will, Bradley Cooper. No.
Bradley Cooper's beloved.
Bradley Cooper comes off to me like, look, Bradley Cooper comes off to me that he's always in the right rooms, but he doesn't vote.
He'll tell you to vote for Kamala, but he just ain't vote.
Yeah, but he ain't gonna vote. Like, here's the funny thing, and D is just D's theory. My judgment is still out on Chris Evans, but we're not even gonna bring him into this.
You know what's ironic? Everybody goes in on Chris Pratt, but it's like Chris Evans, he's right there. Like,
I'm telling you, Chris Evans. Remember how black girls are like, oh my God, Chris Evans, his little booty as Captain America, yeah. So he was making all those tweets support black women. A part of me think that nigga's a stone cold racist.
You know what's gonna happen? You know what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a moment. You're gonna shake hands with JD Vance, and it's a wrap.
Boy, it's going to be something subtle. We just going to
Captain America when Hydra shaking hands with JD Vance.
Boy, niggas like me mean we was waiting on this day. I've been waiting. But no, but yeah, a lot of these movies this was an interesting time, man. When these actors, bro. I'm telling you, Andy, we're going to find out that a lot of these actors are going to be like that. It's like now.
Shit, and you wonder why Anthony Wong like moved to Taiwan and shut the fuck up.
And I know a bunch of y'all like, look at Michelle Yao. Michelle Yao left the country and got a white dude. It was like, I ain't in it.
And ironically enough, for years, has thrown shade at Jackie Chan every minute of the day.
Every time, if you give her a clear shot in 4 minutes, she's going in on Jackie Chan. She's talking about Jackie Chan and how much he sucks.
Oh, Jackie was so chauvinistic. Michelle, like, oh, women can't do stunts. I'm like, Jackie, come on, bro. Like, bro, what are we doing here? Come on.
Man, like,
you know the amount of movies that he was supposed to be in with her that he either
turned
down,
too.
That he either turned down.
Oh, it's oof, yeah.
It is sad too because it's really sad too, man. That's the one mark I gotta put on Jackie Chan is that he said a lot of scumbag shit, and actors do that. Do that, and some actors recover from it, and some actors they turn into. Who's that nigga from Charles in Charge that's still behind the president?
Scott Baio.
Scott Baio, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, some people just double in, want to be a part of, I guess, the right one.
Because they got to extend their 15 minutes of fame. And Scott Baio's 15 minutes of fame died after Joni Loves Chachi. So,
It's funny. I can see how American actors do that because it's always like, the Kevin Sorbo's, the used to be,
the Dean King,
used to be the shit guys. They do that a lot, but that's why we see Kid Rock all over that shit. But like, it's always them. But in China, I can see how they use celebrities for the good of the country. You know what I mean? And again, we're not Chinese. We're not even Taiwanese. What the people in Taiwan, yes, I know Chinese Taipei, no nigga, Taiwan, what they going through. Like I said, we're not close to those politics, but there's something about when the country themselves start picking celebrities to talk for them, to be their mouthpiece. And here's the funny thing. I can see why people see Taylor Swift and Beyonce trying to talk for Kamala going, this ain't right. I can understand what you're seeing with that. You always want to be wary when a celebrity is a mouthpiece for the government.
Yeah.
It's funny seeing it from China because it's like we see it.
I mean, because
if you know the people there probably see it too, and they can't do nothing because there's a billion people in China. So you know what I mean.
But here's the thing too: the propaganda even extends to
Thank you, Stargate.
Exactly.
The propaganda even extends into the movies because the what was it? I forgot. I'm about to say Red Wolf movies or whatever and shit that came out over
Red Cliff.
No. It was an action movie. Eric, your boy from Killzone that had the knife and baton fight with
Jing Woo?
Yeah, Jing Woo. Yeah, Wu Jing. He did 2 movies. It was like something Wolf
Warrior.
Yeah, Wolf Warrior and Wolf Warrior 2. Because Grillo was in one of them, right? And it's huge Chinese propaganda film. Like it's so huge Chinese propaganda. It's like, yo, fuck America. Like the Americans and the British are like the bad guys. That shit, And it's an entertaining movie, but it's like, wow, they really just don't like Americans in this movie. Yeah, hey, it is what it is,
It like it's not even so much the hate American thing because I can give a shit if a country makes a movie like.
Yeah, I don't knock it. I ain't knocking it all.
America, we make plenty of movies of. So you come to the Rubel Hali, my friend. We make a whole lot of them. Okay.
2024, we're still doing that shit. That blows my mind that we're still doing that.
So American, you water my oil. well, you will never have my Oli. We will commit jihad in the middle of Iowa.
Yep.
we see plenty of them, man. And with any of these clearly propaganda movies, you just got to be careful. As Americans, can we enjoy these movies? I hate to be that person. Yes, we can, because we're not a part of that country, and we can get the entertainment for what it is. Let's not be mistaken.
That CCP Top Gun was terrible. It was fucking atrocious.
So yeah, that's what I'm saying. Let's not be mistaken. When propaganda is there, it's there. We talked about that when you just said Top Gun. When we talked about Top Gun, people would say this is propaganda. I was like, it's light propaganda, meaning it's just telling you to join the Navy, the Marines. It's not really telling you to go over there and kill all the root. It's not doing that. That's when it gets into that section of propaganda, it's very dangerous. And that's what I'm saying. We as Americans, we can kind of enjoy this. We can. But the reality is, these are some terrible ass people. And there's a reason why Michelle was like, yeah, fuck all of them.
But anyways, but going to this movie, though, the funniest thing for me about movies of this time that came here in America is the dubbing. And dear God, the way I fucking died at the dubbing, particularly for the doctor, like, oh ho ho, high risk, high reward.
Go ahead, say it.
Like, after all, no risk, no
reward.
I like
that one scene where you see Jet Li's ear twitch when he hears it.
I laugh at that line a lot, and the reason why I laugh at it is because of how much bullshit that line is. Because for one thing, I happen to find the original Cantonese dub on the Daily Motion. So I watched this. In fact, because I got a 2 monitor setup, I said, you know what? I'll throw up the English dub on one screen, and I'll put the Chinese dub up on the other screen, and I'm just gonna play them back to back.
Right there, I wish I had the clip of Bender. He's a madman.
Yes.
A madman.
Yes. I was also madman shit because I wanted to see. I said, wait, one's an hour 40 minutes, the other one's an hour 48. I'm like, 8 minutes worth of footage is cut out. What the hell? Okay, so I'm sitting here watching these both side by side, and every now and then I had to pause one just so I can hear a hilariously bad dubbed line. Like a great one by the great Billy Chow was, I'm like, my name is Kong, 8th wonder of the world, and I'm gonna kick your ass.
Just reminded me, the dubbing of this movie just reminded me, and I don't know, Sue probably played it more than D at the time. That fucking dub for Yakuza 1. That's why that version of that game.
That's why y'all fucking love this shit so much.
Okay.
The dubbing for Yakuza 1 was just so, it reminded me of this movie because it's like, yes, you got
a lot of them did that. A lot of them fucking dubbed the game.
So here's the thing. I've said that when it comes to the dub always will swing around 2 sections. Really shitty, or they got good people to be in it. It's just that the script they're reading is shitty. And in this one, we got good people in it. It's a shitty script.
Because let me tell you something. That no risk, no reward line. You want to know what he really said?
What do you say?
A man can only rely on himself.
He said that twice.
Wow. 5 people that we know. 5 people with a name that we know that were dubs in this. Michelle Ruff.
Okay.
The doctor's voice was done by Duran Norris. And if everybody knows who Duran Norris is, you're like, Cosmo from Fairly Odd Parents? Yes.
Wow. That's crazy. Uh-oh, D froze.
He did freeze. Hold up. What did Stargate just tell me? Yeah, it happens on there. So, yeah, yes, the dub English speaker. They go from sounding like natural English speakers to really shitty English speaking Chinese guys.
Lex Lang as Frankie Lone. Yeah, Michelle Ruff, Jessica Lee George.
Yeah, listen, that movie did have like a who's who of voiceovers from anime, or from anime and video games.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is. Yeah, there definitely was a who's who of fucking anime voice actors. Just looking at it, it's like Jesus. Fred Tatasciore as Kong.
Yep. That sounded like, and there he goes. He was here, and now he's gone.
It's like grand opening, grand closing. He's here. But I always am wondering though, like, how do these dub actors get looped into these movies? Because that's a lot of movies that be looped into dub. Like you think about this movie, your Iron Monkeys and all that stuff. It feels like that's a lot of work.
Not so much, because a lot of times the company that they either got the license to do the English dub of the movie, which they they always got to turn around and look for a company to distribute it. But because they have access to the movie and they can put it out how they want to put it out, looking for people to dub it, they could probably throw out applications like a job listing for anyone that wants to dub a movie. They get brought in and they're like, hey, this is the movie. Here's the lines. You're going to be this character. You're going to be this character. And all they got to do is just do a bunch of line reading.
Oh, okay.
And a lot of times, whoever the script supervisor is for these movies, especially for this one in particular, I really wish I could meet him.
Probably getting paid like pennies on the dollar for this shit.
Because I really want to ask them, when you have decent subtitles, which I will admit, a lot of Hong Kong action movies, especially from the late 80s and early 90s, had like the worst of subtitles. And by worst, I'm talking those subtitles where it's white Chinese like kanji characters on top, English on the bottom.
On the bottom.
And the shit is so white. For the love of God, you better hope that like whatever actors are talking, that they're not talking outside, because you're not gonna be able to read shit.
Blends in with everything else behind it.
I mean, it just blends in with everything. And what makes it suck is they'll do that in the movie, like, and you try to watch the movie, and a lot of times those subtitles are either badly translated, there's horrible misspellings, there's like all sorts of stuff. Because a lot of times I think they put the English subtitles in-house.
Jesus.
They usually do that in house, right?
Oh wait,
that's
you know what? Thank you, Stargate. Thank you, Stargate, for proving my point. Yeah, they put on that in WhatsApp groups for extras and dubbers.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But like this movie though, like I will say this, action comedy that it is, I will give it. It is very entertaining. It hits a lot of tropes for certain characters. Like for instance, you follow one of the guys that's a cop whose girlfriend doesn't like that he's a cop, and funny enough though, what I like about his character,
of course, we have a reporter in this.
Yeah, but funny thing about his character, I like that he's still competent as a cop. He's not just some guy that's a cop in name only and he can't do shit. Like he actually complements Jet Li's character very well when they actually break into the building and shit. And I actually like that.
So the one that I would say the one that plays, where is she? I thought I just saw her. I swear I thought I just saw her just now.
It's like I thought it was there. No.
So Charlie Young, who plays Joyce, she's the one. Like you said, she gets mad at her boyfriend for being a cop.
Why are you a cop? Why do you have a stable job? I'm like,
it's like, why do you have a stable job?
Dude, it was really given that. It's like, bro, like I get it, dangerous job, but like at least he's working. Like you had like this dude's a dirtbag playing fucking PlayStation 1 on the couch or some shit. Yes, I just aged.
PlayStation 1.
It's 1995, so it tracks PlayStation 1.
I was just about to say that. I got to give it up to Chris. He kept it to the. He kept it to the summer frame.
Could have said Sega Saturn, but I had to kind of bump it up to the PlayStation 1. So
But it's not even that. The one character that I really liked, who, let's just be real, considering that this is literally the local carry-out version of Die Hard, this is what this movie is.
First off,
I like the doctor. So
I just want to say this. Here's the thing. Unlike them pussies in Die Hard, my man came in hot out the elevator. Hey, what's going on? I'm like, well, you know what? I give them credit. They just said, fuck it. We're killing people. All right.
Listen, my man came in with the full camouflage gear, rabbit.
with the
Dude is
aviators, and he
with
just
the
shot him.
aviators.
Bam.
The aviators, the beret, the full like, and you can tell.
Hold on, Harris. The smile.
The smile, yes. And the fact that he hold up, and the fact that number one, the fact that he's dressed completely different from everybody else to show you that he's the one leading the gang, like leading the army, right? So one thing that the English dub does not, they didn't bother putting that lore in the movie. That's actually the Doctor's brother.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So you know the part when after Jet Li killed him, right?
Yeah.
And they held the memorial for him, the tossing of the papers and stuff, and the lighting the candles and all that. Instead of the line saying, instead of the Doctor and the dub saying it was one of our finest, and instead of that, the line was, Kit Lee killed my brother. Right there, I said, oh yeah, that's right, because this is Die Hard. This makes the Doctor both Hans Gruber and Carl.
Not Walter, Carl. You're right.
He's Carl. Instead of Carl's brother being killed early in the movie, he gets killed later in the movie.
I mean, just
no, but I'm dead serious. This movie.
We're through the looking glass here, people.
No, but I'm dead serious. This movie really is legit, like the most local carry-out version of Die Hard. I mean, they try to follow damn near every beat to a T.
I mean, the dub literally says this sounds familiar, like a movie.
They try.
He's like, so I'm trapped in a building with terrorists. Like I'm all alone. This is familiar.
I mean, look, except
What doesn't help that part is the character then going ha 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 right after that. It's like this. They didn't say that in Chinese, but I'm gonna let it go.
I'm gonna let it rock.
Now you know the line that they did.
Now
you know the line that Valerie Chow said. She was the one who played the porn star. God, I hate this dub. She played because she was not that. She was basically
the axe.
She was the Doctor's again, the woman of this gang of terrorists. The woman assistant, if you will. When she said the line, the superhero, my ass, she actually did say that in English and Cantonese, and I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah.
I was going to ask if she was the reason why I halfway believe she was a porn star, because I thought that they were still making fun of Jackie Chan.
No, see, the only thing they made fun. The only
reason why I never.
No. The only thing they made fun of Jackie Chan for was just number one, him just being a super womanizer. Now, I will say, because I did watch a documentary,
accurate,
and it's accurate to a T, where Jackie has either gotten drunk and belligerent on set with some of his female co-stars. It's been known to happen. Come on, this is pre-97. This is before Hong Kong was given back to
I don't want no trouble, toots.
Gotta remember, gentlemen, and Stargate probably he can agree with me and co-sign on this. There was a movie that our boy from Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, Tony Leung.
Oh yeah, Tony Leung. Yeah.
So you know that his wife, Karina Lau, was once kidnapped by the Triads while they were filming a movie that they worked on together.
I remember that. I remember somebody telling a story about that. I think it's somebody on Twitter I was following in the early days that he mentioned that. It was, yeah, it happened. That happened.
Yep, confirmed.
I just feel like there's so many movies that can go with just all the stories of like girlfriend kidnapped by triads. Are you badass enough to fucking save her? That kind of shit, just.
Nah, it's simple. It's simple as that. You have our money. You got our money.
It was always about money. It was always about
it's like
money.
this.
Like,
Do you have our money?
We holding her hostage.
That's what I was like. Do you have our money? Nah. Girlfriend walking on set by herself. Triad.
Oh yeah, that was the reason. They kidnapped her because they wanted her to be in their movie, and she said no.
You don't say no to the triads. Are you crazy?
Well, apparently you could say no enough that you get Anita Mui and a bunch of other more popular actors to lead a union against them.
Apparently that chick was like,
Again! You fucking idiot!
that woman said, fuck your patriarchy. I'm going to say no. And I'm like, well.
But once that happened, this is just me. Once that happened and they got the triads out of the Hong Kong cinema scene, the level of quality started to just a little bit.
Of course it is. You're not getting the best of the best. Come on now.
We're not getting people doing like the craziest stunts in the world anymore. We're not getting lack of PETA for the amount of animal abuse.
Look. I ain't trying to put you on blast, Sue, but like you're the porn guy. Like, didn't that happen to some bootleg porn people that was doing studio productions, jank as fuck, and a lot of those actresses was like, nah, I ain't doing this shit.
Sir. Hold on a second. You gotta give me a heads up.
I'm just saying, hasn't that happened in the porn industry to a degree? Like they try to like.
I'm gonna say this. Not that I follow every single one of these movies that exist, but it probably has more or less.
Yeah, that's all.
For our time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's happened in the porn. And yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened in the porn industry before somebody was like, "Nah, bro, you can't do this shit."
Well, technically, I would say from a porn perspective, most that you had was motherfuckers that caught a disease and didn't know, and they were still working.
Hi, Mr. Marcus.
Shut up. Shut up. You ain't wrong. I mean, you are very much correct, sir. But
Mr. Marcus gonna appear behind me like Candyman and punch me upside the head. Like,
never know, man. Never know. Not with that trucker hat.
I got rid of my.
Nigga, did you know that I can see you?
My trucker had aspirations died.
Thank you, Stargate. Yes, that quality went way down.
Man, like, but nah, like,
Shit
but nah,
dropped like a hot rock.
but nah, this movie had me rolling because my man. Do you know how wild and fucking just crazy it is? You're a kid playing soccer, and all of a sudden, men with guns just roll up to your fucking school, just like. Yeah, like how do you react to that? Like they got fucking Uzis, and I'm like, hey, bro.
You know what I loved about it? And you know what I always loved about that scene? All those kids had rich billionaire parents.
Those private ass school.
And they were captured and held hostage on a bus with a bomb strapped to it.
Same bus.
And they just demanded a ransom. They demanded a ransom of like what, $3 billion. I'm like, nigga, that's a drop in the bucket.
Same bus that Godard had in Mighty Morphin Power Rangers that he held for the Rangers.
You stop it right now, sir. You stop that.
Hey, look. Hey,
first of all, different country.
Don't matter.
Either way, it's a Toyota. And it's
a Toyota. It's getting done. It's crushed.
You know what?
Either way, it's
cars. Speaking of cars. Number one, the Mercedes trucks, though. The Mercedes trucks when the terrorists came, rolled into the back.
They don't make them like they used to, man.
They do not.
They do not, man. Like, I like how my man, the doctor, meanwhile, it's like, yeah, I'm not going to be with you guys. I'm going to be over here helping this old lady walk across the street while I got a bomb on this.
It's like, I'm going to make this phone call in Midtown.
Some Deacon Frost level of all right.
Hello, madam.
Let me help you across the street.
Like I said, this dub is so terrible that it's funny.
It works. It's
like I said, you get the two level ones. You get the ones that are dirt, and then you get the ones that are good. Anytime I hear Emily Brown or Michelle Ruff, in the background, I was like, oh, we got the A-Team. Anytime you be like, that's Tony Oliver. Yep, that's Tony Oliver. Yeah. And in this case, when I heard Frankie talking, I was like, oh, that's Lex Lang. We got the good squad in this one. And D noticed, if no one else noticed, hey, Kurt Thornton. So when you did Jet Li's voice, did you Asian your voice up to do him?
What is it with these bomb nuts in there with the wires?
I was listening. I was like, wait a minute. I was trying to figure out who that is, right? And I was like, that sounds like Jen And that sounds like Brandon and Gungrave. Oh my God, that's Kurt Thornton. He's Chinifying his voice.
Look, all I'm saying is, if we run it back with Kurt Thornton at Otakon or something, we gotta ask him. We gotta ask him.
You done dubs. Did you do Jet Li's voice? And knowing him, I probably did, and I don't know. Because he did a lot of them.
Oh yeah,
and homeboy that does Shunsui off of Bleach, Axelrod. I forgot his own name. I think it's David Axelrod. He's in here too. So, and the dude that did Ken's voice in Street Fighter, he's in this too. So it's like we got the good one, but the lines that they're saying was like, what dude who was Swedish that translated this into English wrote this? Because this movie is like wow with the lines they say. Anyway, go ahead.
I'm looking at the reviews on letterbox.com. One person said, and I quote, "Too bad the real Jackie Chan never got over his portrayal in this movie and handed Hong Kong back to China."
See, this is gonna fuck it up on the inevitable time we get a chance to talk to Jackie Chan, because the urge to want to ask him about CCP and all that shit is gonna be high.
Oh, he's gonna have to high kick me. He's gonna have to roundhouse kick me, because that's the first question coming out of my mouth.
Well, let's just make sure that number one, we're not in the Burlington when we ask the question.
Like, hold on, D. Before you ask that question, he's gonna take these chairs out this room.
Move the chairs. We are in a padded room. Like, I need all tables and chairs out of this room.
I know Chan might surprise us and just say this interview is over and storm out.
I would be like,
well, mission accomplished.
Took it better than I thought it would.
Actually, if we're on the red carpet, how far away? Look, if we're on the red carpet, how far away is he from those the curtain things that to hold up the curtain? How far is he from these? The rope, how far is he from that so you pick it up and swing it out?
Apparently, Jackie Chan called me a nigger in Chinese. Kind of crazy. How did you know he
thought about killing myself?
It's like, how did you know he said nigger? I don't know.
Because he said, "What's up, my nigga?"
That was a very racially charged Chinese language right there.
And here's the funny thing: Jackie Chan has known English long enough to go, "Don't come to me with that shit, nigga!" Like, yo, whoa
there, buddy.
Hey, here's me. Whoa, all right, orange chicken, calm down.
All right, Mr. Ching Chong. Like, what are we doing here?
All right, Egg Foo Young, you want this one? You want this one?
I'm like, hey, Hunan Palace, relax.
Eastern Chinese food. You need to chill out before you come over.
Look, you know what, man? I love how us as black. I love how us black folks, we could be racist as fuck in the funniest way possible.
Give this shit to DC. Whoa! It looks like Denny's over here trying to tell us some shit. Hey, check this shit. Look. Hey, check this shit. Look. Whoa. Hey, yo, Eddie Lennox, let's calm this shit down before you. Hey, yo, if you're in the DC area, and you want good carry out, if it's Denny, it needs to be Danny's or Eddie Leonard's. One of those two spots. They always have the bomb chicken.
One of these guys said it best when it came to Chinese carryouts. When you see the rankings, if it's 3 stars or 3.5 tops, it's good Chinese food. Anything higher, don't go there.
Anything higher, they done pump that up.
Check this out. Going back to the movie, I want to mention this because this is a very good point. The villain is so genius in this movie that he predicts that he needs poisonous snakes to kill someone in the toilet.
Can I tell you that's nightmare fuel for me whenever I sit on my own home toilet taking the dump, like a snake just happens to be in there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that really fucks my head up if you think about it. It really does.
Thanks to the internet.
That's also facts, Stargate.
Thanks to the internet, my youngest son My youngest son, before he started pooping by himself, he was like, I don't want to sit on the toilet. Why not, son? Because an alligator is going to come out and eat me. And I'm like, where did you see it? This nigga went right on YouTube and pulled up the one where there was an alligator little. I'm like, all right, we're in Maryland. We don't have to deal with that jungle that is Florida, son. Okay? We don't live there. Yes, that is scary.
Wait
a second.
Ain't
no alligator about to skip your toilet your ass.
Second off, D, I'm just picturing that young thug in an old boy picture with him showing you the shit on YouTube to you.
With the young dude,
the meme of
looking all serious.
Yeah, that's your son
sitting there like he done messed up.
Let me tell you something. That scene where homegirl goes into the bathroom and tries to hide, thinking that she's got because Rabbit came in and followed her, right?
It's the paper, and she's just sitting still.
No, she really thought she was working with this level of camouflage hiding from him, right?
To be fair, I can see how she thought that, though. To be fair, I get it. I understand.
She like nobody following me.
But let me tell you something. When that first rattler was on the ground, she looked at it like, "Oh God, no!"
Also, my man was such an asshole that he just said, "You want some snakes?" My
man's like, "Yeet, yeet, yeet."
I already hate
it's
snakes.
Hey, no, the worst part is when you out here throwing out demands as you're throwing fucking reptiles at me, poisonous reptiles. You know that my thought process, my composure is absolutely fucked at this point. You're just casually throwing them shits at me like you're throwing rice at me. No racial. But you're doing that shit ain't cool.
Is it really no racial? Because rice is a very multicultural food.
No.
In the context of this movie, I'm saying no racial.
No.
Not to mention you got a whole ass Komodo dragon on the stall next to me.
It's not. Because Chinese, Japanese, and Korean people do it to themselves when it comes to the goddamn rice. Okay, you're not wrong. That's like when white people say, "Oh, fried chicken." Yes, I love fried chicken. So the Asian people need to stand up for what they make. Rice, y'all make bomb ass rice. Stand up for your own truth. Right?
Fair enough. I'm just saying it. I'm saying it for safety.
I know what you mean.
I feel you.
Like I said, you're throwing all this poisonous shit at me, and I'm like, bro, my composure is fucked. So like, you trying to ask me something? I'm like, nigga, why are you throwing this shit at me? You trying to get a demand out of me? This ain't gonna work.
It really ain't.
I hope nobody gets to get bit on the ass for comedy effect in this.
Burnt.
Shout out to Jackie Chung.
No,
Jackie Chung being a good sport.
But in the game of death, get up.
The good sport that is Jackie Chung.
Singer, songwriter, by the way.
Singer, songwriter, actor, producer. I mean, you name it. The guy is all over the freaking map.
I gotta be honest with you. I feel
he is one of those. Him like Andy Lau. He's like Andy Lau. And there's plenty of people, because Chow Yun Fat was actually a part of that too, where these guys had multiple fucking hats. You know what I mean? They have to be all round entertainers instead of just being in one category.
Yeah, I mean,
let's go like that.
Like, I'd be real, man. Like, I felt that's like like you said, it have to be all around. Because I mean, look, in America, it's like you either an actor or you a singer. You pick a lane.
And that's why it's kind of funny to hear the old line from Stallone talking about the only action star was Charles Bronson. You're like, that can't be. Yo, he was the only one doing action, just exclusively doing action. Nobody else did that except Charles Bronson. So like in China, that's why you get a whole lot of them. Either you did kung fu movies or you did drama, comedy, you sang, you danced, you were all around entertainer.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And let me ask y'all this question. And this is everybody in the chat too. Y'all can answer this as well. For anyone that's seen this movie, do you agree with this? Jet Li wasn't even the best character in this movie. Jackie Chung was.
Jackie Chan was, and I hate saying that. It's actually no. Truthfully, it was the Doctor, but Jackie Chan was actually the best one.
It's one of those situations where it's like you have two characters that supersede Jet Li, but it doesn't mean Jet Li was bad in the movie. It was just like he
what was Jet Li doing in it? Was he the main attraction to it?
Yeah, he played second fiddle to him, but not like I said, it wasn't in a bad way because it played up to the character. Because funny enough, this is where you think when he's cutting the wire, right? Which later on you find out like him cutting the wire.
There was a metallic wire.
Yeah, it was a metallic wire, right? But like that whole bus explosion, everything about this movie with the stunts is hilarious. The bus explodes, you see the obvious dummies inside the bus.
Yes.
A guy at one point gets hit by the car when Jet Li and Old Boy are driving out the elevator, and it goes from the guy like, and you just see a doll just hit.
The obvious dummy and rag dolls in this movie are beautiful. The one that got yeeted out the window and crashed on the cop car, beautiful.
You're not saying it right. They weren't dummies. They were literal scarecrows. They were stick. It was stick, hat, glasses, shirt, exploding.
And black straw for hair.
And
that's
this
bus explosion.
And to keep it with what you said, that is what you're talking about. When you say quality, that's the quality I'm talking about. There was yes, we got better cameras, we got better lighting. We should be better than what we're putting out, and we're not.
No, here's the thing. If you're gonna use this stuff, fine. Edit this shit.
Exactly.
Edit it right.
Exactly.
Point the camera at a different angle to not make it obvious.
Exactly.
And shout out to Kelvin Wong playing the Doctor, by the way. Exactly. I have seen this man in many other movies. Phenomenal actor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is kind of like the one thing I appreciate from DJ Sue, because he loves cinema that comes from Hong Kong a lot more than both of us. Not a big deal, but Eris has a passion to know these actors a lot better than us. Who's actually a character actor? Who's this person that been in several of these and all the rest of it?
So it's like I remember Kelvin Wong in Super Cop.
I recognize faces more names too.
And again, shout out to freaking Billy Chow. Seeing Billy Chow with the long hair wig is too funny.
I gotta be honest.
It is weird. Billy Chow is like Billy Chow, Simon Yam, and a couple other people that are not coming to mind right now are people is like, I know you when I see your face.
Oh,
you know
Eric
what I mean?
Sang.
Like, yeah,
problematic ass Eric Sang.
Eric Sang, who straight up grab him by the pussy ass mentality. Yes.
Hey, Billy Chow is the reason
Chow
why
and Valerie Chow in this movie. No,
Billy Chow is the reason why I loved Fist of Legend, because he played the most hard-line communist general ever. Like that is
Fujita,
bro. Like if you told me to show a picture of a communist soldier, I would put Billy Chow's character from Fist of Legend. It's like, well, there you go, right there.
Oh, that's fight between him and
Super Smash. I seen them edges. Yeah,
Tyler Perry, eat your heart out, buddy.
The fight between him and Jet Li at the end of Fist of Legend, chef's kiss. Shit was beautiful.
Really good. Very good.
Y'all want to know something funny? When you first see Billy Chow in this movie, I think they had to take a little page out of Die Hard 2, because this man is over here practicing his kata in a full thong.
I mean,
he pulled.
I mean, look, have you seen Billy Chow? He is a specimen, sir.
No.
He's just a really tall dude.
I'm a tall guy myself. I'm a tall guy myself. I appreciate that. The hair, not so much, though.
No, it's not the hair. I need dude's name again. Yes. Dude, Billy Chow doing the William Sattler, okay? He's doing the kata in the thong.
I mean, look, but
he's Mark Wahlberg.
Hold up. First line in the worst dub. I'm the best. Say it, motherfucker. Say it.
He has the energy of Mark Wahlberg. You're a star. You're a big bright star. He has that same type of energy.
Magic Mike Origins.
Say
it, motherfucker. Say it. I gotta say, that was like you said, that was Fred Tatasciore doing his voice in English, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah, I can't tell.
The dubbing
that
makes
was
you
during
not
that
even
weird
want to bother.
Fred wasn't getting all the good roles yet.
Dude, the dubbing in this movie makes you say, fuck taking this movie serious. It really does.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, and that's the real departure from the English to the Cantonese version, that the silly factor that the English puts in this kind of overcrowds the bit of serious tension that is actually in the movie.
I mean, even
I think that's I was asking Eris, was it jarring? And you was like, it's just the lines, D.
Really
the fact that the doctor, he's like, it's not so much that it's still silly, it's still campy, it's still what it is. But the doctor never said no risk, no reward.
I'm sorry,
they never said nothing that corny, D. So I get that.
Dude, that usual suspect ass, they're in traffic and he hears no risk, no reward ass shit. I was like laughing like
again. I just love the scene because you see his ear physically twitch over. Perk the hell up.
And again, D, and the second time he heard it, the reaction. Turn around. It's you, son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch.
It's the quick son of a bitch.
Again, Kurt. So when you went in there, did you say "Saul" 16 times to get yourself in the mood? Is that what you did? Like, no, seriously. I love Kurt Thorne. He's one of my favorite voice actors. Yes. And I just am amazed that he lowered himself to a D rating so he could do the voice of Jet Li in this movie. It's amazing to me.
Also,
that's what he was telling him about the bomb and nobody believed him.
Yeah, and so no, not even the bomb. It was more so, hey, I'm Frankie's bodyguard, all right? Yeah. And they were like, we just don't believe that you're his bodyguard, so we're going to need you to go ahead and head out that front door.
I got to say, though, there's something...
We're going to needlessly fuck with you for a while.
There's something about 80s or 90s fashion where, like, all white suits, like what Jet Li had on, it still looks good, but, like, I don't know, all white suits to me, because you can get it dirty so easily, I'm just not really huge on wanting to own an all white suit kind of outfit like that too. That's the only apprehension I have with it.
Plus, you gotta have to me, you gotta have a certain build to rock an all white outfit like that. Yeah. Only certain people can pull it off. Jackie Chan pulls off wearing all white flawlessly. Jet Li also flawless. Like certain people of certain builds, when they wear all white, it looks good.
Honestly, you can't be a fat person wearing all white. Sorry, I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules.
You
Sorry.
cannot. No.
Just
kiss my ass, man.
I ain't talking about you, D. I'm just saying there's big, which is like, all right, cool, but then like you can't be DJ. Look, you can't be DJ Khaled size wearing all white. I'm sorry, like you just can't. Yeah,
it's like a snowball.
Like. For real, bro. I don't need to see, like, from a distance, I don't need to see this walking around. From a distance, you look like this, all right? With legs and arms.
It's like somebody
skip legs. Walk like this, where you got to swing both your arms like this, you should be wearing all white.
No, I love it, though, because, like, his family dies, and he's basically relegated to being a stunt double and stuff. He's like basically covering
No, see, according to the opening monologue here, after his family dies, he leaves. He leaves the force, disappears for 2 years. He just disappeared, and then he came back 2 years later, in Hong Kong, working as a bodyguard and stunt double for Frankie.
That's true.
Having probably the worst case of PTSD, because my man said that for 2 years straight, I've never had a good night's sleep.
I mean, that makes sense. I mean, that's yeah. I mean, think about it. Like, you cut the first off. Did you love how my man, when they hopped the fence, actually hit one of those mines and was like, I was like, hey, bro, like, first off, why would you move? Why would you move? Second off, when he moved his foot, I was like, bro, why would you move your foot? Captain Cheek. Third off,
go ahead.
Third off, just that whole scene, it's like, of course his wife and kid is on the bus. What convenience that is.
I mean, it makes sense. His wife's a teacher. She just happened to teach kids of super rich billionaires.
I mean, why not? But just the moment.
But why the school that's way out in the fucking open like that? Why not nothing that's like,
in the
gated?
City gated, but nah, I mean, look.
Security, what's that?
I mean, think about it. It's way out there. They don't expect, terrorists to come there and
that's
do
like
that.
the perfect place to hit.
First off, that's us as the audience saying that. They didn't know that when they built the school.
It's a lot of things they didn't know according to.
I mean, look, the people that made
roll a bus up there.
I mean, look, the people that made the Twin Towers didn't expect 2 planes to hit it. So, I mean, it's just.
It was originally designed to be earthquake and wind proof. So I'll give it that.
Wasn't plane proof though, but
apparently it was. Apparently it was designed, according to lore here. It was it was designed to withstand getting hit by at least 5 or 6 planes and still be standing.
The Twin Towers? Are you sure?
Well, guess what happened?
Yeah.
Well, guess what happened? Well, guess what happened? One hit that shit center mass.
Well, one came in at a slant, and the other one hit dead on up top.
Hey, look. Jet fuel.
Apparently there were bombs at the base of the building.
And then Bin Laden was like this.
Pull up in that gas, 240 on the dash. Smart nigga, I can make a treasure out of trash. Sunny these niggas, they respect me like a dad. This is another gangster, yeah, boy, I'm a dad.
It's the wrong clip you should be using.
You sure about that?
It is.
He seemed pretty happy about it.
No, I laughed, but it's still.
I said Bin Laden was pretty happy. I think he was doing that. I really feel he was.
He really was doing that.
Habibi firebombing got a missile tuck. If them robbers come through, then I guarantee they give it up. Lifestyle huge, this basic bitch.
In my mind, I saw the dance, but what I heard was
We're gonna put that on for Johnny MC. All right, that song is fire.
Johnny MC,
I like how
stop.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah. When it comes to wearing white, yeah, I'm not eating or drinking anything.
Oh no, bro. You can't go to no cookouts wearing all white, bro. You might RIP. A ketchup stain is hitting that fucking shit.
No, Chris. No, Chris. You gotta be smart. Okay. If you're gonna go to a cookout and shit, and you wanna wear all white, that's fine. You break out the poncho.
Oh man.
Here's the thing.
Then dig in, my dog.
I think it's more simple than that. You can eat in all white, but the second you decide to eat something that has barbecue sauce, you have already signed your fate. Okay.
Hey, we're going to the club after this, not with that barbecue saying on that shirt.
No.
We going to the club. I'm wearing all white.
Hey, let me get one. Let me get a rib. Let me get a rib. Let me get a rib. A single rib.
Going to the club.
A drop. Going
to a club after hours. Them floors. Wearing all white.
Oh man.
You got on the good shoes.
Stacey Adams.
Nigga trying to go to a strip club.
Some white Stacey Adams.
Smell like a barbecue.
Now you smell like cocoa butter.
You over there smell like hot
frustration.
Over there smell like old head niggas. Smell like Michael Jordan. Smell like the Michael Jordan junk with KC Masterpiece.
Hey, gentlemen, great. Hey, gentlemen, the great English dub line here. You're not a lady, you're a bitch. I love that line.
Fresh and Fit would be proud. Hey, you see that line? My man was fucking dirty macking on that cop's girlfriend and shit. Like, you want me to, get in the car? Which again, I had to look at her like, look, lady, he has a job, and you're mad that his beeper's going off because of work. Like that's the bar right there. That's what pissed you off.
It's what she said after that. I don't want to hear a phone call come through and I find out you've been shot. He knew what he signed up for.
So you knew what you called. Like, look. That is.
And apparently you knew the assignment too when you got with him.
That's very real life because some women do tend to do that shit. Sometimes
now,
like, all right.
Now, according to Letterboxd.com, one person gave the reviews stunts 89 out of 100. The sequence with the helicopter blades splitting people in half was just simply awesome. The movie always goes for the top and over it. Works both for it and against it.
Bro, Corey Ewan doing all the fight choreography, fucking great. Love it.
The narrative, 48 out of 100. Some of the characters were just obnoxiously annoying. A few too many what the fuck moments, and a very colorful villain, by the way.
Hey, you know what the fuck moment for me? My man took that helicopter and was just letting the chopper fly, literally just shooting out of it like.
Y'all ready for this?
Charles America.
Oh man.
Fight choreography.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Fight choreography, 82 out of 100. The undercranking was pushed way too hard, but there was still some good value to be found here somewhere. The kills were completely over the top and very much enjoyable.
Yes, it was.
Enjoyment, 61 out of 100. Not even sure why I'm giving this a passing grade because for all accounts, it shouldn't even have one. It's kind of a terrible movie, but if I wasn't so entertained for 90 minutes straight...
Can I be honest with you?
Here's a funny part. I feel that way if I watched the Cantonese version of theirs.
Yeah,
I would be the same way. I wouldn't like this movie. But because the English dub was so deliciously bad, it kept the entertainment factor going for me.
I try to be honest with you.
And no knock on the slapsticky stuff that happened. But because I had the English dub there to cushion that blow, it didn't piss me off. I guess.
I'll be honest. The slapsticky stuff that happens is straight. That's straight out of Wong Jing's playbook. Like if you look at all of his other movies, he's got that same level of silliness. Good. Okay, here's a great example because they cut it out of the English dub, so you didn't see it, Chris. You remember the part where Jackie turns Helen upside down and shakes the freaking tape out like out of her top, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when he grabs the tape and he tells them, "All right, you two need to get out of here before I release the dogs." So when he releases the dogs and they chase after the both of them, Helen gets in she gets in the van and drives off, and the scene is cut after that. What they show in the Cantonese version, her cameraman actually makes it inside, and she's like, "I'm gonna find out who that guy is, and I'm gonna make sure I ruin his life." Her cameraman's like, "I made it. We're good to go." The dog is right next to him. And so the van starts weaving in and out and crashing. That is pure Wong Jing silliness.
I mean, like, here's my thing. You have out of the core again, all the villains and stuff, right? I like how when Jet and his boy walk in there, the guys that took over as the bodyguard, the guards, right?
Yeah, the door, like the security, straight out of Die Hard.
Did you like how they walk in and they were like,
"Yeah," like,
and I was like, "Come on, dog! Like, what are we doing here?"
I mean, could they make it any more obvious when you saw everyone in unison do this?
Yeah, it was Jet looking over, and it's like, look, I understand you got to hide bodies,
dead bodies in the reflection.
Here's my thing, though. You mean to tell me there was no janitor closet? Just throw them in there. You put them in a room that had a window. Like, what was like
expensive hotel? What the fuck is a closet?
They had a janitor closet.
They had no plan. They had zero plan. They just threw them in random ass room.
No, they literally threw them in the corner. They just shoved them.
They really did. And I was like, man, y'all didn't even try. Y'all just said, all right.
But if you think about it, it kind of it was working in their favor because as soon as they killed everybody, you saw one of the girls get shot, blood splattered on the door, and they just came and wiped it down effortlessly. And I'm like, damn, these guys are very efficient. Even with all the blood splatter, it's somebody that will come in and clean that shit up ASAP. And then all they have to do is just take the close sign and stick it out front. Done. No one's coming through.
Hey, man, my man was trying to stop Jet when he was outside. Like, hey, you can't do that. I'm like, you're trying to stop Jet Li from breaking rules. Yeah, good luck on that. Like, that's that.
Like, well, why would you do that? Why?
You might as well just do Willy Wonka. Stop. No. Just do that.
What?
Just do that.
I should have you arrested.
Okay.
It's like, what happened to the other guy that was here? Like, what? Like, what are you talking about? There was another guy that I spoke with an hour ago. What? No. There was a shift change.
We'll take you upstairs. And I'm like, all right, bro. Shift change. Cool. I like how my man really went Action Jackson and dived through the window, and Jet Li was like, could have just took the door, dog.
So next time you use the door.
Fuck your leg up. Fuck your leg up.
He ran straight up kick. It's just that you could have used the door.
Just did it.
Fucked his leg up, got glass all in his fucking leg and shit.
Nah. Check out John Woo over here.
Imagine if you will, Aries. D, get in the car. All right.
It's like, bro, door was right there. It was unlocked. Like, child safety locks was off. Like,
no. You do the tuck and roll and freaking parkour over a separate car just to get to my car.
It's like, all right.
The part that would get me, because my son saw that and he was like, can you do that in real life? Like real life, son? No. He would have did that. He would have kicked it, fell down, and be in the Yamcha pose because he'd have broke his knee trying to drop kick a car window.
First of all, you gotta love Hong Kong. You gotta love that good old Hong Kong breakaway glass.
I mean,
you gotta love that sugar glass.
Sugar glass.
You gotta love
sugar glass.
Unless you happen to be the poor, unfortunate, lucky person in a police story got thrown through real glass like Jackie Chan and the rest of the guys. And I'm like, wow. So y'all just said fuck sugar glass. Just
one other thing, the car. This scene right here.
That is the most smallest fucking car that could fit into an elevator.
Bro, the durability on that thing, because number one, you got Jet shooting away at these guys. My man comes in with the what was it? Y'all know the M63 from Metal Gear Solid 3, the one where Snake goes, yeah. He's just yelling and firing.
My man, like you said, when John Woo hanging out the door.
When he is unloading every bullet into this car, I'm like, bro, he is hitting the engine 100 times, and that thing has not blown up. The car survived all of that.
It wasn't until my man had the flamethrower, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't until the flamethrower. But no, before all that, when Jet decided to use the car as a weapon, I had to bring this up to you guys because again, I'm watching the Cantonese dub. Y'all remember when I showed y'all that movie, The Avenging Quartet? With the car, with the four girls fighting over the scroll, and I said, "Yo, this basic stock ass sounding car, it's a Toyota, but it had the engine of a cartoon." They put that same stock ass car sound in this movie.
Hey man,
that is a Toyota Starlet.
Damn, that's some durable ass fucking Toyota.
It is a Toyota Starlet. It is a four-door compact car that comes in turbo.
I mean,
that's what's called the Starlet.
Durable as hell.
It's similar to a Suzuki, similar to a Suzuki Baleno. So they're kind of like, but yeah, that was a Toyota that we saw.
I mean, just like and the random flamethrower. I'm like, so out of all the weapons you guys have, it's the snakes is like, okay.
Snakes, Komodo dragon,
and then
flamethrowers, grenades. Again, genius. This villain is a genius. Came prepared with everything.
Dude, but Valerie Chow though, playing his, basically the Baroness to his Destro.
Yeah, pretty much the Baroness. That's what she was. She was the Baroness from G.I. Joe.
The Baroness to his Destro, basically, So when they were in the car and she was giving them shit for that cheesy ass line.
Okay, I'm so glad I did not watch that English dub again because he said we're going to a hot tub. Would you care to join us? Terrible.
I mean, look. That's a guy that clearly leads with money with
No,
the
see,
ladies.
no, but see, this is why you watch the original dub. He clearly just asked, "Would you like to join me for a coffee?" Very simple and innocent enough.
I mean,
The hot tub line, bit much.
gotta be honest with you. If you're a very sinister looking villain, and you say let's go for coffee. That's a dual meaning there a little bit.
That means you're not coming back.
Yeah, you're not coming
That
back.
means you're not coming back.
The hot tub line doesn't make it any more comforting.
Oh no, I ain't saying that.
Yeah, I know.
At
At least with that one, you're saying no to sex. Coffee, okay, sure. Sex slavery. Don't see it coming. You don't see it coming.
Sex slave.
Listen, this ain't Killer Angels. Let's stop, okay? Let's not do that.
I mean, you're right. Still, like, this is just,
Come on, this ain't a date with T.I. and his wife. Come on.
Ew. First off, like, that's a couple that I would be that would just
risk
Hi,
hot coffee mod. Hot coffee mod.
Hey, T.I., how you doing? I ain't know you brought your pit bull over here. That's my wife, bitch.
First off, if they were looking at me from across the bar, this is me.
Brother, what's that?
Seriously, like just like
By the way,
look, man, you can't be coming around. Look, sir, you gotta take you and your blue-eyed pit bull out the house. It's not why everybody keeps saying that, man.
First off, me being a classy
also, Tip, you got to be this tall to get inside the club.
First off, me being a classy man, I'll be like, so T.I., number one, you didn't tell me you were bringing Smokey Robinson into the bar.
So Charlie Young, who plays Joyce in this movie, she was in the Nick Cage movie Bangkok Dangerous.
That sounds about right. I feel. Oh yes, right. She was in New Police Story. I forgot.
Yeah, she was in New Police Story.
Yeah. I mean, you know what's funny? There is like, I need to revisit Bangkok Dangerous and Nick Cage one because I remember a lot of people was giving it a lot of shit. It probably was rightfully so, but like it's Nick Cage, so I'm like there has to be some entertainment value out of it at least. So, but nah, it's kind of interesting, like how there are some of these actors that do get that kind of like crossover with certain movies with American actors. So that is kind of random. She was in Bangkok Dangerous. Like, oh, okay, cool, gotcha.
Yeah, and freaking Ching Mai Yao, who plays Helen in the movie, the one that gets with Jet Li at the end of the end of this movie.
Yeah,
dude, she was in a ton of movies from Wong Jing. I mean, she's in a lot of movies. Like one in particular. Remember that movie that we got in the same year, Legend of the Red Dragon, that Jet Li movie?
Yeah,
AKA Jet Li's Lone Wolf and Cub. Because it really is that.
It's like, all right.
She was in Naked Killer, and she was in City Hunter.
Yeah.
And she was also in Future Cops.
I mean, look, it's consistent work. It's consistent work through the 80s and 90s, and then she stopped in 98. Boom, done. Nah,
she really did.
Nah, well, I mean, no, she did New Police Story. I mean, it's only like a partial of it, but still, like she definitely got her work cut out for her and stuff.
Anytime they go from being very consistent throughout the 80s and 90s, and then like by 1999, it's like stop, and then they come back in like 2004 or 2011. I always count them as like, okay, that was like a one-off where they just came back for this one movie and that was it.
You know what was interesting is seeing the fight between Oh Boy and Chow, where it was like
Jackie and Billy Chow.
Yeah, it was like
the final fight at the end.
He finally nuts up and actually puts his martial arts expertise to the test, because the whole logic was basically he become, like you said, the debauchery, Hollywood superstar that needs a stunt double to do his fights and stuff because he used to actually be a legit martial artist and he just fell off kind of thing. And it's like throughout the whole movie up to that point, he's literally being all squeamish and stuff. When they do the initial shooting, he's all playing, he's pulling my move. He just sits on the ground, plays dead. And I was like, good man. I would have done the same thing. Because the way he just did this, he was like,
yep, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna bow out on this one.
and then what had me rolling is while he just tippy-toed and cracked open the door, still on the ground. I was like, that would have been me too. Like, all right, cool. And I laughed because my man was like, help me. Ah, shit.
It's like, don't come over here, man. Don't come over here. You're blowing up the spot. You're making it hot. Stop.
Man grabbed him by the fucking damn balls in his pants and has to fucking take the goddamn pants off and shit. Now my
man had a death grip in death.
Get your hands off me, sir.
Lost his. You know what that was? Him losing the pants. That was Wong Jing trying to be funny, where Bruce Willis lost his shoes and he had to run around the Nakatomi building barefoot.
Gotta be honest with you, man. I laughed at how my man grabbed him, and then my man said, okay, you know what? Double tap and just shot his ass. I'm like, well,
sir, that was a quadruple tap.
Man. Bro, I'm sorry. If I'm out here if I'm on the ground and I got shot and I'm not necessarily bleeding out, you really think my ass is gonna be sitting there like, let me go ahead and crawl? Fuck that. I'm just gonna sit there and just like try to stay alive on the ground. Nah, my man sat there and dragged his ass.
I'm like this. This shit hurts. It hurts like a bitch, but I'm trying my best not to move. I'm bleeding. I'm in so much pain. I don't think the bullet went through.
No shallow breaths, just small breathing. Just we're good.
Freeze. Just stay frozen. Don't move. If you don't move, they have no reason to double tap.
Best line. Sorry, it just reminds me. I say shallow breaths. That shit from Harlem Nights when they locked my man up in the vault, and he was like, "Yeah, don't breathe hard, like, because if you do, you know, all that shit." So you gotta do small breaths, like.
Yo, how about the fact that the movie couldn't afford to bring in a black guy, so they brought in an Indian dude. He had to play the hacker in the movie.
But nah, man, I think the shenanigans that was happening in the tower during that whole sequence was just entertaining as hell. And it did feel like I said, with Jet Li and his boy coming through, it felt like, what if Die Hard had John and Carl Winslow coming into the building together to do their thing?
Like I said, Wong Jing literally watched Die Hard and said, all right, instead of this, I'm going to do this. And instead of this, I'm going to do this. And instead of this, I'm going to throw in about a good 2 minutes worth of silly shenanigans. Like, again, a villain bringing in an ass load of poisonous snakes and a Komodo dragon because you never know. You'll need it.
I mean, him demanding the helicopter and he threw the one goddamn body out. That was fucking hilarious. And then
my man said the first one was already dead. In the next 5 minutes, I'll throw a live one out.
He tells the dude to kiss his ass even more to stay alive.
I said, that's good. Kiss my ass. Might live another half hour.
Well, my man doesn't, because my man really thought that he was going to be alive when he was like, okay, cool, we're good. Oh no, you're getting thrown out. Whoa, wait a minute.
That was Helen's assistant. He actually did survive that movie. The one that got thrown out was Frankie's agent.
Yeah, that dude had me rolling. He was like, wait, what are you talking about? No.
You know who that was supposed to be? That was supposed to be him going, Doctor, Bubby, I'm your white knight. Because he said, listen, how about you let the rest of us go and you can just throw out the American ambassadors? I'm like, wait, you want the American ambassadors to be thrown out and for me to let the rest of you go? That's not really a great idea.
Gotta be honest.
The ambassadors, they're actually more important to me. You, however, are not so much. But I will need your help with something.
I gotta be honest with you. If I was Wong Jing and I really want to, not beat the allegations that I'm a Die Hard ripoff, I would have put like a Coke can in his hand as I throw him off to really emphasize.
No, you put the Coke can in his hand, let him get a good sip. Cut to the can.
Then throw him out. He has to have the cocaine in his hand when he throws him off the building, just to really emphasize the shit. That's cinema, all right. That is cinema.
You got it. They got to be parallels, right? We got to show the parallel.
And you know what? Even though this movie is like a blatant ripoff, the chopper coming through the freaking diamond exhibit was better than them trying to reenact the rooftop explosion.
Bro, just the helicopter.
That chopper
crash.
coming in was insane because to me, I felt like so many people died.
Yes, they did.
That was like
I felt like
that was reckless. That was reckless.
And the whole time I was looking at it, I was like, well, at least nobody got chopped in half. And then you saw that one dummy eat it. I was telling myself, well, everybody made it out. Nope.
Hey, look.
Well, the one actually, I think those were all of I think the ones that died were the doctors. His henchman.
I like how
that's the funny thing. It was just so many guys flying around. Man.
Dude, the doctor pulling the fucking Hans Gruber holding Helen hostage, similar to John McClane holding his wife hostage, but the difference was
that
my man sat there and said, "Fuck it, knife, yeet." Right in the shoulder. I'm like, well, he saved his wife. That was clean.
Chris, the quote Deadpool. Baby knife.
I know, right? That was the baby ass knife, like just.
Hey, Sue, did you say our favorite line in the whole movie in the English dub?
Yeah, kiss my ass. You might live alone. You might live another.
Yeah, yes, kiss my ass.
So you know something about that line?
Yeah, when I think about it, that really is Duran Norris doing this voice, man. That's funny.
Watching him say that line in Cantonese and reading the subtitles for it, I thought was great because he said, "Go on, continue complimenting me. Otherwise, I will throw you over."
I gotta be real. English won on that one.
Oh no, English definitely won.
English
like I said, hold up. Peaks and valleys, okay? There were peaks and valleys.
You gotta take the good and the bad.
The English dub was going up against the English subtitles, and I'm like, okay. There are times when the English dub is being unintentionally funny.
Yeah, look, it turned to BVS, Batman versus Superman at one point. Just two bad bitches beating the shit out of each other and see who wins out. That's all it really is.
And all one had to do was hear the name Martha. They just shaking.
Well, you know, his Martha was snake venom. This is just, you know, the doctor pulled a fox.
Oh man.
He's on the phone thinking that he got one over on Jet. Just like, hey doctor, let me ask you a question. How are you feeling right now? Do you feel cold? Is your nose bleeding? Do you feel faint?
It was peak liquid snake fox die. Fox. Duh.
Real quick, in the chat, like in the Chinese dub, when I read the subtitles, he said, the fact that you escaped and called me to tell me, the gloat about you getting away had actually did you in, because you could have gotten in the ambulance with the rest and you might have been saved.
Mm-hmm.
But instead, you called me to gloat. Congratulations, you just killed yourself.
My man sat there and
that knife I stabbed you with had the snake venom in it.
3 skateboarders rob him.
Three Hong Kong youths.
And what makes it? Dang, you beat me too. I was actually going to say that 3 Hong Kong youths showed up and robbed this nigga too.
Yo,
didn't help him. He was like, "Help! I need a man. Nice Rolex."
Did you check out my man with the baby dreads though?
Hey, look, you know, it's flattery. Very flattering. It's great.
95, man. 95 Hong Kong.
Hey, man. Hey, did you peep the Jinko jeans?
That was the cool part. The Jinko.
One of them do have a Nas album. I just know one of them do.
Oh, without a doubt. Because the thing I always loved about watching these movies is when you see them wear obvious, like when they wear stuff that's from overseas. Case in
American
point,
inspired stuff, yes.
not even American inspired, just blatantly American. Like, for example, there was one movie, I think it was like around 89. I forgot which actor it was, but I saw one of the actors in the movie was legit wearing a freaking MJ Bad Tour shirt.
What?
I shit you
Yeah,
not.
that makes sense.
In fact, I think it had to be either Jackie Chan. In fact, Stargate could probably help me out on this. It was that one movie that had I want to say it was either Jackie Chan or Tony Leung. One of the actors, they were wearing an MJ history shirt throughout the whole movie.
Wow.
And I'm like, wow, we did not get sued because it's Hong Kong movies. Y'all get away with damn near everything.
Ain't nobody checking. Ain't no corporation out here really press checking that shit.
They really not checking but at the same time though, when the movie ends, and I see this all the time in Hong Kong movies, they make sure. Yeah, thank you, Stargate. Yeah, it was Jackie. Ironically, he was the one wearing a freaking MJ history shirt. Anyway, one of the things that they always do in these movies, they always make sure that in the end credits they credit everything that they've used. Like for example, the hotel that they shot the movie at. Somebody drank a freaking Coke can. They put Coca-Cola in the credits. I mean, they credit everything. In fact, I remember watching these movies, and I remember they credited LA Gear. And why did they credit LA Gear? Because homegirl Sophia Crawford, awesome stunt woman, by the way, really good martial artist. She was fighting Frankie Chin in some freaking LA Gear Unstoppables, the MJ edition. She was kicking the dude's ass in some Billie Jeans. I love it.
I mean, just, but you know what's funny? Like, I tried to find the music of this movie and I couldn't, like the rap song that they use and stuff.
I found it.
Who's the artist?
So the song that actually played at the end of the movie, because if you look at the credits, it tells you what songs.
I didn't pay attention to the credits, so
yeah. If you look at the credits, it tells you. DJ Design did the song "No Games" for the end credits. Peanut Butter Wolf was on the song "Mobbin'," which played.
Stop.
What?
Peanut Butter Wolf.
That is a name I have not heard.
I know, guys. I know.
What?
I know. Let me break out the Bengay for all of us, okay? Yeah, Peanut Butter Wolf. The song. Okay, you know the song that played when Jackie Chan was fighting Billy Chow.
Mm-hmm.
That was the song "Mobbin'," and that was by Peanut Butter Wolf.
Wow. Oh God, that feels like so like 90s. It's ridiculous.
It's like I told you. This is what happens when a company doesn't want to pay Def Jam.
It's the most fucking.
You didn't want to pay Capitol Records. You didn't want to pay Universal. You didn't want to pay Priority.
I mean,
Hollywood Records said no.
Capitol was like, "Fuck no, get the hell out of our face!" There, we ain't
like when Hollywood Records said no, I'm like, "Damn, the mouse told y'all no." Hey, Chai, how you doing?
You know what's interesting though? Like when I think about, I had to catch myself when I said that they don't make movies like this anymore, but did not realize like we still get these kind of movies now, and it reminded me. And what I mean by that is we get these sort of wacky type of movies now, and I reminded of a movie that Dave Bautista did with called Gruber, and that's a silly ass fucking movie that hits like on all those tropes and everything. It's entertaining. It's goofy as shit, but I enjoy it. I like it. And that's what this movie kind of reminds. Like, yeah, you can kind of still do these kind of goofy ass fucking movies that are parodies of things that you've seen before in other movies in a way. It works.
I've always said if you wanted to see a good but silly, more accurate portrayal of the City Hunter movie, watch Mr. Mumble.
Yeah. I mean,
both of the movies are silly as hell, but Mr. Mumble did it better.
Yeah, I mean, you can, and the thing of it is, at the end of the day, like, is this movie bad? Yeah, it definitely is. But like, to me, it's still entertaining.
Yeah,
I'm glad there's a level of entertainment I'm glad that was known enough for us to have people in this room to know it and seen this movie. That's the one thing I will and this is the reason why I always want to make sure to, if we're going to do Hong Kong movies, to be movies that I know people see. I know people and and to be honest with you, this is actually a niche one actually. Meltdown, High Risk / Meltdown is actually a niche one, but I am shocked when I put up that we were going to do it. We only got like 5 likes for this, but we got them all in like one day. I was like, oh my God, y'all doing that too? Like,
yeah,
they remember it.
Sometimes
And Eris had and you go to the beginning of the episode for anybody that listened to the podcast of this, you can hear us have this conversation, but I'm just going to reiterate it one more time. Eris, it is amazing that as bad we can see these things for what they are. They're not representative of they don't have the 100% representative of what the movie it was. They done changed up lines, in some cases motivations, put in localized music. I fucking miss that era. And not in the we need to go back, just the nostalgia of it all. Like, because we got to, the one thing about being millennials, we were blessed to see several things have a launching pad to become as big as they are now.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very interesting to see, like I said, that whole little section of Hong Kong movies and anime, how we had to see them go through their growing pains to have releases that are fucking polished now. You know what I mean? So it is like I get nostalgic for it every now and then.
I will say this. 16-year-old me misses that era. Like, I know what you're talking about. That, like, that aesthetic, that whole look and feel of watching these movies, as cut content as they were, and as much as they threw in all of the random as fuck hip hop music and all that shit. I mean, it was an era, okay? It was a
time. It was a time. You had to be there.
It was an era that you just had to be there to experience. Like, trying to experience it now. I mean, some people might jive with it. Most people won't.
I can't put it this way.
Like,
I can't.
40-year-old me doesn't miss it. 16-year-old me does.
Yeah, and here's the thing. It is not, and like I said, it's just crazy to me. But that being said, Eris, I'm saying this full chest, and I hope people really understand when I say this. We are not doing Black Mask. That is not happening.
Why?
So, we're not.
I mean, if you said Black Mask 2, I will understand, because that's just a piece of shit. No. But like,
Mad Chocolate with the timing.
Hey, yo, Trey, listen to me. I need you to go on Blue Sky tonight. Go on Blue Sky tonight and and find it. Take a picture of that thing. I want to see the CD. You were one of them niggas.
You just hate Black Mask.
I say again. We were blessed enough being being elder millennials. We got to see that too. We got to be a part of that group of everybody that wanted hip hop to be, just because RZA put before a hip hop track. That's where we got here.
I mean, like, I'm really surprised you hardline with like no Black Mask. I'm like, goddamn, like, okay.
Like, dog, look. Do you want to do that? No, you don't. No, you don't.
I said,
Hey, Chad, appreciate it. Thank you for hitting our socials.
I said, look, if you said Black Mask 2, yeah, Black Mask 2 is a piece of shit movie. Fuck no. Black Mask 1, I still enjoy it. I really did not know you really.
Sorry, Black Mask 2.
Oh yeah, that movie's a piece of shit. It's terrible.
That's why I'm looking at it. That's why I said that. Really, Chris?
What am I doing, Black Mask? Revisiting that?
I don't know.
It's in the maybe column.
Because Black Mask, like I said, again, Black Mask is just one of them movies to me, man. We went through this. That's all I gotta say. We went through this. That's all.
But what we got next?
We still keep it up the heist movies. And hold on, DJ said, "What you looking for?" He's looking for something. Hold on, before I even announce what we're doing next. I see Sue is like digging for something. What you looking for, bro? And note the thick ass 80 CD booklet he brought out. Oh my god, man! I love my. Oh man, when my car got when my car broke down, I forgot to take that. I forgot to take mine out the car. I think I did. It might be somewhere in here, but I got the same one. Just the CD book. You did not have this. You did not have the soundtrack, Sue. All right, so what the fuck are you looking for, nigga?
No. Something far worse. Far worse.
This is far worse.
Well.
Trying to find it. Did I even put it in here, or did I have it separated?
I like how we're both looking at this nigga, just staring at him, going through every blurry thing. I bet those like PS2. I bet those like PS2 games.
There are. Well, Dreamcast and PS1 games.
I was gonna say like Dreamcast games, a CD. It says like jams or something on there. Smooth jams.
I do got my music. I do got my music in here, of course.
Yeah.
But no, you know what? Okay, you want to know what I was looking for? To be honest with you, I think I had something far worse. Still, somewhere in this apartment is my DVD of Black Mask. My Loosey Goosey DVD.
I might
just
have
a loose ass DVD
Correct.
of it.
I might
to
have
make you feel better now. I'll think about it.
Yeah, I ain't saying it's like priority or anything like that, you know.
Come on, man. We gotta do Black Mask. I'll think about it.
Also, man, Chocolate got a point.
Yeah, Trey, yeah.
Trey ain't lying. They did get a 4K release.
And
like I said, watching the original Cantonese dub, so much better. I mean, you want to know? I'll say this: as much as we love to talk, as much as we love to wax nostalgia on how much how much our teenage selves miss that old era of, of these movies when they came out in the 2000s. Hey, Hong Kong hip hop music, that whole blend. When they dropped Black Mask on us, you were just doing too much.
Yeah, I agree.
You did too much. It was a movie that just, number one, it never needed it. Number two,
no, it never did.
It never needed it. And number two, this could have been like a great opportunity, in my opinion, to I kind of wish. Well, they did actually make I think they did make sequels of Black Mask. It's just Jet Li wasn't in it.
Yeah.
I think what it is, it was a gateway. And at the time, you needed to
it was just one of many. It was just the one of many movies that just got dumped on us. Because remember, they dumped all these movies on us in 2000.
Yeah. And the whole thing was Jet Li doing the splits.
Yeah, that split on the wall shit. Jet Li, the king of wire fu, doing that split on the wall. Everybody loves that moment.
It's like I'm just a lowly janitor in the library.
Actually, he was a librarian. He wasn't
the librarian. Yeah, he was a librarian.
He's like, I just work in a library. That's all. I live a quiet life. Trey just told you. Check Blue Sky.
I saw it.
But because think about this. Just think about this one thing. When it comes to these movies, and I said this a lot, and I'm gonna say this every time we talk about it. A lot of these actors that you see in these movies have done so many movies together. Like, and this is prior to the main character blowing up and being the big star. In this case, Jackie Chan, Jet Li. Yeah, there it is. He's got it.
Oh man.
But yeah, aside from all that, a lot of the side supporting actors that we see in these movies, you see them in a bunch of movies together. Some of them being the star of their own movies. Billy Chow, for example. Billy Chow was a star in a couple of movies that he did. Jackie Chung, of course, been the star of plenty of movies. Probably one of my favorite movies of his that he did, where he plays a drug addict that's an artist, and
as they always are,
and gets into debt with the triads. He's got a pregnant girl, like a pregnant wife, And dude, listen, story sounds very, very paint by the numbers. This is one of the early 90s.
That just feels very just like they're hitting all the tropes. He owes money to the triads, pregnant wife, on drugs, starving art. It's like, bro, like how much agony you gonna put this character through here? Like,
and trust me, he gets put through a lot of shit in this movie. Dude has to eat condoms with the drugs in it. Coated, by the way, the outer part of the condom is like coated in butter, so he has to swallow the condom and carry the drugs on the plane to go to Amsterdam.
Stop, dear God, stop.
Okay.
That just
It's
sounds.
a movie. It's a real thing. Stargate knows what movie I'm talking about.
So our next movie. Eris is shirtless with a guitar, hair waving in the air. No, I'm not gonna play the actual song.
Don't play it, God. I'd like to get my 13 cents from YouTube if I can help it.
The next movie that we're going to do, we're going back to LA. And we're going to talk about how 4 Black women are just trying to live their life. One has a brother that is murdered. The other one is held up at a robbery, lost her fucking job. The other one has a child that she's trying to take care of by herself. And the other one is just a dyke.
Drinks cleaning.
And they all
Chop that service.
They all try to find a way. It's crazy. And what they do, they start robbing banks.
Yeah, one slept with the guy from Night Court to get tuition for UCLA. So
and and of course, and everything goes according to plan until one thing goes awry, and then we are told, "You said that we weren't gonna hurt anybody."
So let me tell you something. 3 Black Geeks, we have done this movie before, and we're going to enjoy doing this movie again. It deserves because it was so funny. I was like, do we have to redo? I was thinking about the stuff we had to redo, and I was like, when we did when we did Rating to Exhale. I was like, how far ago? I thought it was like way back. We did it in 2019, and I re-listened to it. Like we hit everything. And I re-listened to our Set It Off one from years ago. It's like, yeah, we need seasoned critics to watch this movie and go through it. And here's the funny thing though about Set It Off. Is it much like Meltdown, much like High Risk? Is it a great movie? No, but it's very entertaining. And Set It Off is like, is it a great movie? Borderline. It's very entertaining and all the rest of that. You know what I mean? It's I am shocked of the legacy that it has left. And it's an actual legacy that is left behind.
It's one of those movies where, like, in the Black community, we put it on a pedestal. It ain't my top 5 Black movie. I don't know if it's my top 10 Black movie either.
It ain't. Not for me either.
But like,
let me tell you something.
But it's beloved and it's understandable.
Let me tell you something. Women like this movie. Men like this movie. Studs love this movie.
I will bring up another Black movie.
Like that's the one thing I found very funny. That they like. I know a couple of studs that say when I saw Queen Latifah acting the way she was in this movie, it did something to my confidence that no other thing I've seen before, and I get with that.
Queen Latifah was living a gimmick, and we didn't even know.
She was living a lot. Like, we didn't know how serious she was with that shit. Oh, this is also a movie where.
No, I didn't say anything.
This is also a movie where it was all Black people, so it was a Black movie, so we all got behind it. This was Blair Underwood at his peak sexiness for Black women too. So this movie wasn't slumming on nothing, man. For a movie that really is middle of the road, it did wonders of a legacy that it left behind, man.
Blair Underwood has aged very gracefully, hasn't he?
Yes, he has. Yes,
that's the crazy part. Like, he never left. It just feels like his sexiness edge never left him, much like Denzel, where it's like, there's an appeal. I see it. I like, all right, cool. Like, it's like, all right, cool. I get it. It's and obviously, when you get a all-black movie like this, you got to get one white person. And we got John C. McGinley in the movie.
John C. McGinley, one of our favorite actors here on Three Black Geeks. One of our favorite actors.
And Dr. Cox, except he's a cop.
And Rock's wife being the biggest bitch that she can be.
Man. Hey, look, man. If there was ever a person I'm like, she needs to get punched in the face. She didn't get punched in the face.
Black woman told it back other black woman. This is one of those weird movies where, and we'll talk about it more, where black people really
set it off. The Black Avenging Quartet. But go ahead.
Now, Eris, this was also that movie that we were still trying to push Jada Pinkett as like one of the big black stars.
The it girl.
Yeah. Which is funny. Vivica Fox is in this too, and you would think they would try to do it for Vivica, but no, they did it. It was more for Jada, even though Vivica had her moment. What's the procedure?
Vivica has an interesting career.
Ooh, I'm gonna enjoy going through this movie again.
AD, set it off. Independence Day. The end.
The end. I know what you look. What about Kill Bill? Shut the fuck up.
No.
No. Set it off.
Set it off. Independence Day. Second win. Soul Food. The end.
Wow. Second food. Wow, man.
Look. Let's just be. Hey, y'all,
that was the second win, and it was a wrap.
I know what y'all probably said.
Bro, when you doing straight?
No. Two can play that game.
Okay, that was a moment. But when you,
we have to get into it. We have to.
No, but Chris, when you out here doing straight to DVD movies with Van Damme, what's going on?
Chris, when you're selling shitty car insurance to elderly people.
Well, she did do it.
I know you want to say Ice-T's doing the same thing.
No.
Yeah, sure.
No, Vivica did when Expendables came out, she did a female version of Expendables with her. With her, Bridget Nielsen, old girl from that did the stunt double for Kill Bill, and it was one other person that was there.
Randall.
It was their Expendables, but for women and stuff. I was like, wow. I think I remember showing the DVD cover.
A couple of movies like that.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
you did.
The set it off was a moment that, even to the point that like Queen Latifah at one of the BET Awards showed up as her character and everything, and everybody's like, "Oh man, that's so dope!"
It's iconic. It's really legit. Like it's iconic in the black community of seeing Cleo. She's iconic. She's an iconic character that will remember forever. And the fact that Kimberly Elise will go. This was a movie that like people say beloved. No, to me it was Set It Off. Is what really got her career going.
Kimberly Elise is like an actress that I think is a good actress, and she kind of got pigeonholed for a moment.
And it's this movie that kind of did that. Because Kimberly, I hate to be that person. You need to lose something. We need to take something away for you.
She can never be happy. Even the Tyler Perry Diary of a Black Woman.
Be happy.
Like, nah, you gotta.
We gotta take your son away. We gotta take your son away. Your husband gotta punch you. Something.
Wasn't she in For Color Girls?
You gotta pull out.
Yeah, she was in For Color Girls.
You gotta pull out a Blicky and Women Thou Art Loose.
Man, hey, that was
in a church, by the way.
Nah, that was Diary of a Mad Black Woman.
No, it was Women Thou Art Loose. She did it. Yeah, she.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I didn't see movies.
Those movies kind of like
that was them TD Jakes movies.
That's what I'm saying. It's easy to get those two mixed up. So that, to be fair,
they kind of bleed into each other.
They kind of bleed each other. It's like all right, because TD Jakes.
They ain't do a cross up at this point.
First off, TD Jakes is kind of like easy, Tyler. No.
My movies are less shittier than you.
I did jump on with the broom. What the fuck
with the white guy going no?
Like, listen,
No.
These are less shitty than yours. Praise the Lord.
Like you gonna do
This is the praise the Lord.
It's like TD. You really gonna do it to me? Yes, I'm doing that to you. All right, man. Fine. Bye. Wait. You going to Puffy's party this weekend too, right? Yeah, I'm coming too, man. I'll be over there.
You got an alias, right?
Let me tell you something.
You got an alias, right? You got that, dude. You got an alias, right?
Next week, set it off. Y'all.
Fair
Next
statement,
week is set it off. Next week, set it off. What's it going to be? Because I can't pretend.
I wish.
What's it going to be?
I wish Jet Li was at set it off. It's just
don't let go. Don't let go.
Also, we get to see
you have the right to lose control.
And we get metamorphosis of Jada Pinkett being short hair Jada Pinkett in that era. Oh man, Jada.
Before the allegation, this is before she purposely got the chemical of alopecia just so she can make Will Smith stay with her.
Made that man a meme.
Let me tell y'all.
Made that man a meme twice.
Let me tell y'all. If you're going to be tuning into us next week, we are going to be beating up Jada Pinkett. It's y'all. These jokes are coming. Much like our August Alsina in her face, these jokes are coming.
What's that, Nick?
L's are coming.
See, August on top of her.
I'll be sure to check jokes. I'll be sure to check it out, Super Smash.
These jokes are going to be flying on her. Like I said, we got a movie with John C. McGinley. We have a movie with Vivica Fox doing overacting, and we have one of the greatest dykes in history, in movie history.
And we also got, my man Rapey McReckenstein from fucking Players Club,
Also, we have a baby doing this. A baby drunk something. Her baby cried funny. Like, yo, hold up.
Drake bleach, he cried. Bill's character, son.
First off, look, no, save it for next week.
Trump told that baby
the COVID ain't going to be there because she drank the bleach. We're done.
It increases your midichlorian.
Anyways, we're out.
We see y'all next week, man. Good Lord, man. I hate this.